I've had 2 kids. Pete and Steph got married. Gus grew a beard.
Got a
That's a
dog.
haunting
You're a
look.
bigger fan than I am.
A bit of a
Just psychopath.
nerd. So, press X for erection. Yes, please.
One fried
At a
egg.
buffet?
It's a buffet.
Yeah. You just hit $4,000. Yay! Blah, blah, blah. I'm Nick Boyle. Welcome to Back Pocket for the 30th of July 2020. It's still 2020. It's the year that won't end. Today on the show, a sprinkling of news, a side serving of Carrion, an amuse-bouche of Vandie, and then some other culinary term for making a bunch of logos for people who have paid us. I am excited to be here, and of course, I am joined by...
Gus, who has bought a jumper that's quite similar to Nick's, and I'm feeling very self-conscious about it because we are too much alike as it is.
And Steph, I'm drinking rosé tonight because I thought I'd bring a little bit of fancy to this show.
And Peter, who's got his fingers crossed that everything's working. Let us know in the chat if it's not.
There was a very scary moment where Pete went, "Where are my headphones?" And it was about 2 seconds before you see me. Welcome to Back Pocket. So that was, we're fine, we're fine. We're also fine because it's a nice jumper. You look good.
Thank you so much. No, I was just going to quickly say, like, we're live every time we do this now, so something is going to go wrong every time.
True.
And something will cause us to panic. My favorite was that we have to focus the camera, and so Pete has to get up in that intro video and focus the main wide camera.
This main camera is just pulled
But there
way
is
out
a
of focus
dog,
for that nice
there's a
little...
beautiful dog lying in his way, which he just, without even like a beat, just leapt over and then, you know, leapt back. And so
He's used to it. She's always in the way. She has no spatial
Always.
awareness.
No.
So this is a bitch session about the dog, and we're just not happy with her in here.
diverted it all from my jumper. And I feel
Very,
great.
you know, can I just tell you the hilarious thing? I'm driving in here, and I'm like, last week, Steph and I, because we are on-camera professionals, brought clothing options because we were like, well, we don't want to clash with anybody else.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's just basic courtesy, I would say.
And then
Sure,
I
you don't clash with it.
didn't do it this week. 'Cause I was like, well, fuck that. And I was like, well, no one's going to be wearing a blue jumper that says, like, the NFL Panthers on it. That's 100% not going to happen. And I'll walk in, and it may not say Panthers, but, like, blue jumper, black
It
jeans.
may as well.
Devilishingly...
The
It's
same ability.
handsome.
It's a
The
blue
same
jumper
ability
with a
to fuck-
tiger inside.
Yeah, rawr.
but we are
One more for
excited.
the camera.
No, I don't want it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, God. Remember when... I can't even remember the context of the joke, but at some point...
Alpha Wolf?
The Alpha Wolf. And you were like, I
was like, damn it, guys, I'm an alpha. Woo.
Yeah.
And my howl, I should say, was very unconvincing and has now become the butt of all wolf jokes in the office.
It was the saddest howl I've ever seen.
Sad
And there's a lot of wolf jokes.
But I'm like Simba and the Lion King, like it's gonna click one day. My wolf voice will break. And
You just need to do a little song and dance with Timon and Pumbaa.
I will, yeah.
I love that you have all of these really bold animals to represent you, and it's just not what I would have picked for you.
And his name is
Otter.
Goose. I will also point out that Simba only came into his own when he was literally replaced by Matthew Broderick. So
I'm waiting for that to happen.
What we are very excited about is obviously to be back, but also to be back on air with you guys. The support has been overwhelming, I would say, to say the least.
Yeah.
It has been very humbling, very exciting, and we are
bit
thrilled
stressful.
to do it, and a lot stressful. So we will be talking about this later in the Patreon exclusive post show, and we'll tag it on the end of this show as well. But just very quickly, sort of like an update of where we're at. We have spent the last week just feverishly doing admin, trying to get everything working, Pete.
Yeah, working with super generous mods, who most of whom are watching right now.
Crew in
They're,
Discord are unbelievable.
Yeah, they're
Insane.
incredible.
Gods
Most
among
are
humans.
connected to Twitch as mods as well, and YouTube for later now. So it's like
Yeah,
our show is in their hands.
yeah.
Don't
Don't screw it up.
don't screw it up.
And so that's been happening. We've been working on how to get all the rewards that obviously involve you guys being a part of the show into the show. So we're figuring out all the systems for that. You've seen some of that already. We've been putting out some requests for some info from you guys for those. That will continue over the next week. So we're asking for your patience, but also,
As Bernie would say, we are once again asking for your patience.
Exactly. But the other thing is that I just wanted to remind everybody that the Patreon at patreon.com/back_, no, just Back Pocket,
Just
Back Pocket, is not charged yet. And it will charge in 2 days' time. It charges at the beginning of the month, but it is American, so that day is a day later than here. So if you have not joined up, by all means, please go join up. But if you are joined up, just be aware that you're about to be billed. But also, if just take a look at the tier that you're at and make sure you're comfortable, because obviously this works best if this is a recurring thing where there's sustainability. So if you feel like you've done something stupid and unsustainable, it's fine. Just pull back from it.
You've got from now
You
until
got
3
days.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got like 48 hours
Yeah.
to...
There's 5 of you I'm
imagine-
specifically talking to.
Yeah. imagine
still-
if for every mistake that you've made in your life, you had 48 hours to fix that mistake before it played out
You
again.
still have
so.
time to question your life choices.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so just make sure you're on a sustainable tier, because if it's sustainable and it doesn't matter what that tier is, then that means we can continue bringing you all this sweet, sweet blue jumpered content. And also,
How's it in the mail?
Twitch related,
Yeah, tell me.
the emotes are live.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw
this
them.
boy.
I was streaming last night and people were using them in chat. It was
Get them up in the
amazing.
chat, folks. We got some like cute little reactions.
Smash those
I love
emotes.
them.
Smash that. There's an angry one that I'm particularly proud of.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
it.
angry is
It's
good.
like-
I want
it's like a red pocket.
Oh yeah, I want recommendations for ones to do in the future.
I think, yeah, we
Yeah.
need to rebuild the whole suite of the face emojis that exist on.
Oh
like,
god, yeah.
standard
I thought you meant
devices.
rebuild the
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah, it's getting
They're going
spammed.
crazy.
Ah,
It's
they're
getting-
going
I
nuts.
was-
I really like in my streams, because I do so much wrong. I really enjoy a technical difficulties emote.
Ooh, nice.
For people to press, and it's also helpful for people in the chat to.
I think
listen
we
But we
get
won't
more-
need that here.
We get more. We get more slots if once we graduate a few more things in Twitch. I think
Oh,
because
yeah,
right now we only had a limited space, so I had more emotes than I knew what to do with. But yeah, so they're all live on Twitch and hopefully in the Discord as well for the people who are of the higher tiers, or the tiers in
Which way's up?
in the Back Pocket Discord as well. So yeah.
Yeah, cool, man.
And we're seeing all those subscribers pop up now. I saw Defenstration subscribed. Hello! It's been so long since I've seen that name in the chat. Very excited to have you back. We're at a level 5 hype train. I don't know what that means.
Still don't get the
What?
trains.
Level
Yeah.
5? I don't think I've ever seen it hit level
Mike,
5.
there you go.
I've seen hype trains before, and they go choo choo choo, and like it's like about getting bits and subscribers and stuff
Yeah,
on the way
okay.
up.
And lots of stuff
so
happens
thank
at
you so
once.
much for your
Oh,
generosity.
cool.
That's
It
awesome.
becomes a train.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
The train has been
And like,
activated.
if you
some
watch
people do-
Cardboard Cowboy and stuff,
Yes.
like he's got a little train.
seen that train go
animates
around.
around
And it
stuff.
upgrades.
It's
It goes from
amazing. Yeah.
Steam to like,
Like, yeah,
it eventually turns into a cardboard Shinkansen,
Yeah.
or whatever from Japan. It's amazing. So a lot to
So a pocket
be
train is
enviable,
in
and
your
we can make
future.
our own pocket train.
Thank you very much.
That's what, you just realized
should
that
make
you were
a train.
digging yourself into an
He was
effects
processing
hole.
it and he was getting it.
Yeah. He was going to catch up.
On the list.
Okay. All right, let's jump into it. I did see some people say that the volume may be a skoosh low.
A little low? Yeah, I've been tweaking some stuff today. I'll put our mics up.
But Pete's had a lot of rosé.
Can we all do a
He's
mic?
going to walk in front of the camera
Crotch shot.
now.
Give the people what they want.
Okay, let's jump into it then. Before we get into the news, let's just chat about our gaming week. What have we been doing? Let's start with you,
Sure.
Blue brother.
Well, I'll need Pete to switch.
You look pathetic.
Careful of the rosé.
Careful of the
He's got a flappy jacket.
What kind of show are we running, people?
That was a good roll.
Yes, so uncreatively, I've been playing a heck of a lot of COD, multiplayer, Warzone, specifically Plunder, which is a game mode in COD's Battle Royale, which is you and some mates gather up money and you play in an open map and you just mess people up for 40 minutes sometimes at a time. It's wonderful. I can't stop playing it. I will come up with something more creative for next time, but it's my favorite mode in any multiplayer shooter for the longest amount of time because it puts everything I love in a shooter. It's an open map. The maps take a while. You can respawn. You can grief people. You can focus on objectives. It's just all of you. It's like 120 people just running loose, but without the pressure of a battle royale.
You just delivered information faster than COD delivers action. That was a lot to take in.
It doesn't have to be more creative. If you're playing it and you're enjoying it, then it's relevant and it's
Oh,
important.
no.
to
I
you.
mean, because on every other form of media, I just don't stop talking about it. So I need to come up with something different. And there's other stuff I want to play. But yeah, I'm in that diehard fan mode of playing that mode all the time, and I love it. I play it with a group of friends, and more than I should be.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time you were this into a game.
PUBG would have been the one I sunk a lot of time into,
Yeah.
and now
Oh,
this.
yeah.
But I like that the Battle Royale is evolving in some form, and I hope this is more successful than it, and it spawns different type of long-form multiplayer open world games.
I liked what I've played of it, but
I want you to come
I've
back
only ever
more.
played one game, and it was with Gus, and we won. So now I can't play again.
There you go.
Oh, come back.
And
100% win rate.
Nadia086 in the chat says more Goose COD streams, please. So there you
Well,
go.
yeah, I did a stream, and I
you
played.
you need to play COD while you're running.
Yeah.
Well, I use it as an excuse not to run, and I had a great match with Tank
But COD is all about running and shooting.
I will
Goose
get
does,
there. I will
Goose
get there.
does these charity streams where he literally just runs and raises money for charity, and it's amazing. But I feel like the next level tier of that would be Goose
I thought about
playing
the-
COD
the walking
while
playing.
running.
Yeah.
No, you have to be running, Goose, otherwise people won't pay you.
Well, it's for charity. It's always for charity as well, and I'm building up to a big one of them. But anyway, yep, that's what I'm playing at the moment. Hex?
Girl poke cheered.
Okay, let me tell you about Ghost of Tsushima. The greatest game to play this year until Valhalla and until all the other games
And
that are coming.
after Last of Us 2.
And
And
after
since
Last of Us 2, yeah.
this year. Yeah.
I mean, for what a shit year this has been, it has been a great year for games, or it is going to be one of the greatest years for games, because every time I think about what's coming and what I've already played, I'm just like, awesome.
Were
So
you hyped for this at all? Because that's what a lot of people have said.
Yeah,
it just
I
kind of
didn't-
came out of
I didn't
not
really know
nowhere,
much
but-
about it. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah, no one really did,
I
yeah.
saw a trailer for it at Paris Games Week, I think, and I was like, oh, cool, because we've been talking about a kind of feudal era Japan version of Assassin's Creed for a long
Yeah.
time. They even, I think,
Yeah,
in
it
one
got
of the
teased in like Assassin's Creed
In Black
4 when
Flag.
you could
as one
play
of
with
the
the
developers,
Animus
they were like, look
like
at all the different
machines.
games
Yeah.
we've got. And the Animus, so we kind of always thought that was coming. It may still be coming, although maybe Ubisoft are like, now that they've seen this.
The card has been played.
The best way that I sell it to people, because it's one of those games that I feel like evangelical about because I love it so much and I want everyone to play it. It's a little bit Witcher 3, it's a little bit Assassin's Creed, it's a little bit Red Dead Redemption. So if you liked any or all of those games, this game is all of them, but more beautiful and set in Japan, and also
than
your
Red Dead.
your a spirit guide is a fox. And one of the things, all the things that you do in this game to kind of level up your character or earn more skills and abilities are things like writing haikus, lovely, cool, getting lovely and cozy and refreshed in a hot spring on top of a mountain.
Lovely.
Seeing a fox and chasing the fox through a wonderful little forest path, and then paying respects to that fox at a shrine.
Lovely.
It's really lovely. And of course the combat.
Also, you tear people open with a samurai sword.
Yes, it's very graphic and very gory.
The Japanese word for lovely.
But it's amazing, and the combat system is really cool, and I feel
That's
like I'm
the thing that I
learning,
wanna get into
and I'm
it
getting
for.
better at it.
The combat looks great.
You cannot just spam your way through.
Question.
Sir?
I've yet to play it, and I want to play it. Something that's been holding me back is I've been hearing a lot of people talk about how the open worldness of it is very like it is gorgeous, but you just fall into this sort of like go to this marker, do this like activity, go to the next place on the map, check that box, go here. Does it have that? Because when you said that it has a bit of the Red Dead and it has a bit of Last of Us and it has a bit of Assassin's Creed and a bit of what was the third game?
The Witcher.
The Witcher. All three of those games have these incredible parts to them, but they also, I'm worried about the checkbox open worldness. Did you find that? Or?
There is a bit of the elements that it reminds me of Assassin's Creed are, the fact that there has been, it's set during the first Mongol invasion of Japan. So the Mongols have like taken over several parts of it, and you have to liberate those parts.
Question for
slowly.
chat. How many Mongol invasions of Japan were there? I don't know. I'd like to know.
I think there were 2.
There you go. Spoiler.
Pete is wasted.
Anyway, you have to kind of liberate parts of the map. So that feels a little bit like
Two.
Yep.
Everyone knows.
yeah.
It is
You
like,
have to liberate parts, and there's also an element of stealth to it as well.
Yeah.
But there's also parts of it where you're kind of going to a destination, and then you see something that draws your eye away from it, and you'll be like, oh, I'm going to follow this over here, or this actually is a beautiful area, and I want to see what that is, or this is like a mountain leading me up to a shrine, and so you can get distracted and waylaid a lot.
I've heard heaps of positive responses, and I want your opinion on the navigation to the markers, how it uses the wind as a way to apparently
Completely
you
like
could say it's
HUD-less experience.
which is huge for me because I in all those worlds I just get focused on that little Skyrim style marker.
It's
at the top.
almost too beautiful.
That's great. I'm keen for that because that ruins the moments of getting.
I don't want
something for me.
anything ugly in my games. Fallout, not my game. Too ugly, too brown. Give me like fields of flowers, and I'll spend all day, all night in
I'm
that
with
game.
you on HUDs.
And I did.
I'm with you on HUDs.
Yeah, you
Less
do.
HUD, the better.
Yeah.
And if they can change that to be something different,
Criticisms have been you can't lock on to characters in combat,
I don't mind about that.
and the
That's fine.
camera kind of swings a bit wildly.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Something that I did see, which I had no idea about, because I have been tracking this game for a couple of weeks, like since it's been out. I had no idea, and more games need to do this. The side quest stuff, it takes you to it takes you to the nearest piece of. How do I explain this? Like a side quest chain. If a story has 7 side quest chains, it just activates the one that you're closest to in that chain.
Oh.
So all the side quests, which I guess the drawback of that is that the interconnectedness of it, you can't really tell necessarily like this big flowing story from one to the next. But it does mean that you're always near something interesting.
Yeah.
That you don't need to go up here to do something and then back down here to do it. You can just like work your way through it, and you're always near a meaty piece of content. And I think that's
clever.
really smart.
It's just so beautiful and addictive, and I haven't even talked about the photo mode. The photo mode is like
I've seen the photos,
people
it's
have
wild.
people have
Go to
gushed
your Twitter and
over.
look at all
Yeah,
your-
I could spend the rest of this stream just showing you my screenshots. I won't.
Are you about to?
But I could, no.
Okay, right.
But yeah, it's amazing. You can adjust so much in it. You can adjust the wind, the weather, the time of day. You can put filters. You can create particle effects, which the game
That's
does
quite
so
cool.
well.
Playing with the
Yeah.
actual environment instead of like I got so into Last of Us
No,
2's
you
photo
can
mode,
manipulate
but manipulating
everything.
it's great.
You
That's
can make it like night and suddenly the moon is there, and you'll discover that the light looks even cooler.
Yeah,
and
right.
It's amazing.
a good photo mode.
We should probably move on.
The so a beautiful open world game being enjoyed by Steph is the most Steph thing ever. What's the most Pete thing ever?
What
You've
could
been
it be? I've been playing Dota 2, but there's a new mode in Dota 2.
Hey,
And that mode is like a roguelike dungeon crawly thing. Like basically like you have a smaller selection of the heroes from Dota 2 and you run a roguelike dungeon that has tiers of difficulty.
But is it
and-
still against other teams?
No, it's against AI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you kind of just bash through a wave mode. It's maybe not a bad way to learn some heroes
I was
and
just
how
about
their
to say that
their
sounds
spells
like I
work.
would
But
potentially play.
each round that you finish, you get a buff to your spells that doesn't exist in the main game. So you kind of like if you have 3 skills, you might choose to in a run put all of your upgrades towards one of your skills, and then you build your items around the skills that you're leveling up as well. So it's actually like it's a cool little game. It's the best one they've done in their international battle passes because they try and do one every year.
Yeah,
They're usually
it's
a
cool.
bit half-assed.
Do I
but-
need to get the international battle pass to play this mode?
Good question. I don't think so, but maybe.
I think you do.
They're probably locked it behind that wall.
I believe I bought the Battle Pass. Haven't played Dota in
they-
like 2 years.
I can buy it. Do they need more money?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
Okay,
Well,
I'll get
yeah,
in there,
Gabe's
help them
stuck
out.
in New Zealand. How's he going to get home
true.
without a little help from
I'll start my next charity.
from
true.
old
Run for
Goose
Gabe.
over here?
Yeah.
I like Peter plays so much Dota, and I don't understand the Dota zeitgeist really, or his obsession with it. But to me, he's just playing the same game over and over and over again.
Yeah, but that's
Every day of his life.
That's soccer.
Sure. But
How fucking
came-
dare you?
It is though.
He came-
That's the point of competitive
yeah,
games. Is that that the game repeats itself, but how you interact with the game changes every time. So it's all reliant on skill and the skill of player versus
Is there a
player.
little
But he
bit of a
came in last night. He burst into the room while I was streaming live and was like, "Holy shit, that was the most intense game of Dota I've ever
was a
played
sick game
in my
of
fucking life." And I was like, "Okay."
It was like one of those games.
Turning
How
around
is it different from any other game?
knocking over vases.
It was one of those
He was
games.
like
that is
wild-eyed.
It's like a one in. We were saying like 1 in 100 games is that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like when you're talking about even turbo games at like 40 minutes, it's like every 4,000 minutes of gameplay, I get 40 minutes of gameplay that I really love.
Yeah,
Wow.
totally.
And like that's all I need from Dota because it's like when it's at its best, it is the best game ever made.
Except for League of Legends.
Except he's not allowed to. Yeah, I'll just cut away from you, and you can just. Oh, really? That's how you feel about it.
We'll cut that.
He's not gonna.
Is there an element, I might be way off here. Is there an element of single player, not battle chess? What do they call? What is Dota
Auto chess?
auto chess? Is there an element of kind of like single player version of that to this? in the way that you're
No,
fighting
it is-
AI that you're building up
It's
waves?
no,
to deal
it's 4 against the AI. You need a squad of 4. The way that the difficulty
right.
is built
I missed that. Okay,
is it. Sorry, you go in with a team of 4 and you select between strength, edgy, and intelligence heroes.
Okay,
You
okay.
build a little team and then Anyway,
As Ted says,
that's
basically
boring information
Dota
to
is
people.
the same as golf.
We're potentially a little low audio-wise still. Could be this new
I'm
box.
very.
but
I don't have as booming a voice.
yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I gotta project.
I can lift us
I
again a
would
little
just
bit
move-
more.
Just move it up.
Can you lift me?
I just don't want
specifically?
to. Yeah, I can lift you. Yeah.
Skimmy's in the chat. Skimmy says hot. Skimmy, you know you're not allowed to say that. Just like I'm not allowed to say the other things. But Skimmy, I love you. Also in the chat, Lucienium
Peter says
said,
no.
what about Rota, Rogue of the Ancients, which I think is pretty good. And then Overkill for the win says Peter's got the hamburger out. Dat chest hair.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's when you know he's
Right.
working hard.
Calm down.
I like a man with a hairy chest.
Nick, what about you?
Years of drinking.
I don't have a hairy chest.
No, what have you been playing?
Prove it.
So I have been playing, I've mainly been playing Carrion, which we'll actually be playing a little bit later in the show.
That's all I can
which
see
is
of.
a Metroidvania tentacle sexy game. No, it's a Metroidvania tentacle monster, the thing. You play as the horror creature that escapes from a laboratory.
Right. Okay.
This game came relatively out of nowhere for me. This game is
Devolver.
Devolver published it, yeah. It's I'll get the name of the developer. It is
That's why you've been singing that song.
Yeah.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Yeah.
why.
why.
It's Phobia Game Studio. And it has the greatest movement I have ever had in a video game ever.
You like them sticky tentacles.
So you'll play it a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna
later,
jump on and play a bit
and
later.
and you'll see. It's I just absolutely love it.
I've been super keen to play it. So
The other thing,
Glad you like it.
not that I've been playing, but I bought a new desk for my gaming and home video production. And I bought they don't care. They're just looking at pictures of
tinny.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I'll put some bass back in it. There's a bit of. I just want to
We're
get.
getting people.
No.
people
We're
are
gonna mix it.
wanting
We're gonna
to
mix
finesse
it.
the audio.
We're gonna mix
So
it.
what happened is we bought a new box, and things are plugged into the new box, and that's probably what's happening.
Desk talk. I wanna
bought
get back to this.
a bamboo standing desk.
Oh.
You just bought that?
Yeah.
Is this
And-
one that does the automated one, or you want?
yeah.
Automated.
Is it,
No.
is it 100% standing, or is it like it can be modulated?
You just hit a
you-
button and it goes to the presets that you set it
That's
as.
good.
It's
That's good.
it's completely like fucking recycled bamboo or not recycled bamboo,
Wow.
originally harvested bamboo, but bamboo is really good for the environment. So bamboo. Did
Did I mention it's automated?
I bought
Very sustainable.
I bought an arm for my 34-inch widescreen monitor. I bought
Alright, man.
a stand for my headset. I bought a standing mat for my feet set.
Is this the one that we
Wow.
call you on? Like, are we going to be talking to you and suddenly you're just going to be like, oh, wait, I've lent it on it, and it's just your webcam's going to be slowly rising?
Absolutely.
As you sit there just like, oh, I can't be bothered.
That's pretty
I am
funny.
very,
You can
very
do lots
excited
of
by it.
elevator jokes that way.
Intriguing.
I can.
Intriguing.
So that's so
We're not even at the news yet.
I know. Well, it's time to move there.
Okay.
Yep. Well, like if someone had just figured out the audio, we would have been there 15 minutes ago.
Shots fired.
Should we talk about some news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do the news.
Okay.
Let's do the news with the from the news as we
Yeah,
see
sorry.
the
Yeah, let me go.
2 weeks in a row.
Look at that graphic he made, isn't it nice?
at that
There's no
tie.
sound
Look
built
at that
into
tie
it.
whip.
I asked for sound, but he didn't get it. That's fine. We'll move
I
on.
spent too long on the tie whip. That tie whip was an hour.
Every episode is just snide remarks.
Yeah, it totally
about
is.
the other
That
person
is
The graphic.
done.
How long did it take to make?
You're getting
I worked really hard on it.
The audio.
very real insight into the 12 months of business we've had together.
Yeah.
Just like
I don't think it could be overestimated how much we talk to each other. And it's killing me.
But it is that thing where we spend so much time together where like no one's offended by anything anyone says.
No. Except for a couple of things Gus
Yeah,
said.
I keep you guys on your
Every now and then.
All right, let's jump into the news. There's a ton of stories. Let's go around the horn. Let's start with Peter this time. Peter.
All right, I'll start us off.
what's tickled
Because
your
we've got
chest
something
hair?
very, very sexy coming up from Sekiro.
Ooh.
Just all it is really a little content update. There's a little bit of Dark Souls coming back into it in terms of the way that people interact with each other, not together
What,
at the
like
same
invasions?
time. Not invasions, but the like soap sign kind of stuff.
Oh,
so
cool.
leaving little marks for each other.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
because that was a
it
big
wasn't-
part of Dark Souls of cheeky little messages that would get upvoted to all, like, you know, and we all know the rude ones. Anyone who played Dark Souls knows the rude ones.
Yeah.
But everyone also knows the try jumping
Yeah.
off a ledge, which
Roll here.
which
Classic
gets you
pranks.
at least once.
Oh, definitely.
Now it's like, try dying twice.
So Sekiro is bringing some soap sign style elements into it, but also it's bringing in like a 30-second ghost recording, like Mario Kart Ghost Racer, where you can show someone how something is done by leaving a little like thing and leave a little message attached to it as well.
Up to
So
30 seconds.
I believe it is 30 seconds.
Doesn't
yeah.
the message get delivered to you by like a little wolf messenger or something?
Yeah,
Stop
probably.
playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. A little fox
I
comes
think
up
it
and-
does. I think it does.
it the wind
And
shows
if,
you how
and
to
if
do it?
all games could have a little bit more fox love, I think that would be great.
That's true.
Me too. And
30 seconds. That's a ton of info. You
Yeah,
can fit into 30 seconds.
So again, it's like I think that's a feature that should be in like every single player game.
Yeah.
Is ways for players to interact with each other and make the world feel bigger.
It's
Imagine
a little
seeing
bit like that in Death
Ghost
Stranding.
Geralts
when
running
you
around
had,
going like, "This is how you fight the Griffin."
Yeah, Death Stranding had that cool thing where other players had left ladders and other sort of tools.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
really loved that because
Yeah,
it was
same.
Is Sekiro a Stranding game now?
it
a
wasn't
thumbs up.
direct communication, but it was like you felt less alone in that big
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Knowing that other people had kind of traversed this, you know, treacherous land before you.
I've got-
and tried to make it a little easier for you.
So I was telling Pete this earlier today. I've got a friend who's has been streaming Dark Souls 3 today, and she messaged me after and said, I've never had more jump scares in my life playing a game than in this game. And I was like, I don't really remember that many jump scares in Dark Souls 3. But then I think about it and I go, oh, when you're playing that kind of thing for the first time, everything is so scary. The mood is so strange, and things just coming around a corner, like just someone walking around the corner is terrifying because it's so intimidating. You're so right. The idea of just seeing a note from someone being like, even if it's just like, push on.
Yeah.
You're doing great. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Little
I'm
beacon
not
of hope.
alone in this
Yeah.
nut. Because no one in the world is nice to you.
And
Yeah.
somebody knows your pain and has
Yeah.
done this, you know,
And yeah,
and you're following in their footsteps.
you're following in their footsteps. They've done it. Well, or they're about to do it at least. But like you get to the other side and you see the messages of like, well done. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man, you know what I went through. And also on top of that, there's a boss challenge gauntlet as well with like a don't die once.
Existing bosses?
Existing bosses.
Yeah,
but
right.
Nothing new.
And you
But,
just back to back them.
I believe that's what it is. It's like a boss gauntlet.
God, that's
Yeah.
Pretty intense.
Which is
also
not something I need.
Also, the thing that people were asking for the most, costumes.
Yeah, there's a couple of costumes.
Yeah.
That doesn't interest me at all. I'm glad you brought it up because whatever.
Because whenever you play Dark Souls,
I'm typically nude.
you're new. Yeah.
You know what game understands the player's desire for fancy outfits? Ghost of Tsushima. What a game.
Yeah.
What a game.
Fox costume.
All right, Stephanie.
I have a saucy little slice of information about the PS5.
Oh, where'd you get that from?
This came actually from a Game Reactor article, which has since been removed. Tried to erase it from the internet, but
can't do
Screen
that.
Capper's got it
Can't do that.
very fast. It's basically a feature of the PS5 that will let you load directly into certain parts of the game straight from the home screen. Yeah, crazy. It's called the Activities feature,
What's that?
and it kind of deep links to parts of the game without having to navigate
There's one
like
for
through
Murph.
the menu system first.
Oh.
Which I guess like it makes sense because I feel like a lot of the I guess push with next gen consoles has been trying to eliminate loading, and I think with solid state drives and all of them, it's going to mean like less, you know, of a slowing down things for the player. You won't have to be kind of stuck behind doors and stuff waiting for things to load. And I think this is another feature that's trying to kind of eliminate all that waiting time, which would be really, really exciting.
We're
But
kind
they obviously don't want us to know about it.
You can launch up straight to the ballroom.
We're at the point now where it's like graphics are so high fidelity. I know every console generation says this. It's like they won't get better than this.
Yeah.
But the thing it does feel like the
But they won't get better than
They
this,
won't.
guys.
It's not getting any better than this.
They're just going to need bigger teams to crunch, and you know. So it does feel like one of the weapons that the two console wars are coming out now with is loading times, and
Yeah.
what are these sort of resume features that they can bring in, which are something that I don't crave, but if I had, I'd definitely
Yeah,
be
they're
very
like-
happy
it's
to
so
have
funny
them.
though because
Quality
you
of
think
life.
about like there's stuff that you don't think about until you get really, really into games, and watching how different developers have dealt with covering
There it is.
loading is just it is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I remember I've told this story a bunch of times, but I had a great conversation with one of the devs from the first Last of Us, and I was telling him about like my favorite part in the game, how when you arrive with Joel's, you meet like Joel's brother, and he's sort of showing you through like their whole like setup that they've got there, and it was a really beautiful conversation as they kind of introduce you to the way of life of all these people, and you pet a dog and everything, and I was like, it was just a really human, beautiful moment, and the dev was like, oh, that was all to cover loading.
It means nothing to me.
Yeah. We got another
like,
20%.
all of
Had
that,
a dog.
all of that will be gone now because we don't need to cover loading. So
Games are just going to be ball to ball action. I am so excited. If this is true, like I know what you mean. It's not like the
You don't
most
know you
exciting
want
thing.
it until
It's like,
it's-
have you ever bought like you had a 2 toast toaster and then you bought a 4 toast toaster? It's like, holy shit.
And we're looking at the 4 toast
4
toaster right now. There it is.
Ooh, 4 thick cut
that
slices.
is the most amazing analogy that you would liken consoles, next gen consoles, to a 4-slice toast.
It's like you bought a small round bin and then you just bought a big square bin and you're just like, I can fit so
All
much
those
stuff
small
in this bin.
problems you
I
have, which
once-
is like 2 sets of toast, or that doesn't fit in the bin, they're gone. And you're
Yeah.
like, I didn't know how much they troubled me until they're gone.
I
Loading
once
is like
bought a toaster that could toast
Please.
and poach an egg
Yuck.
and
Heat a little hammy.
warm some ham all at once.
You took photos
It
of
was
this.
Breakfast
called
in one.
the toast and egg.
You press one button.
What about
Toast and
all done.
egg.
what about the ham?
Google it. You
The
can
ham
still buy it
came out
today.
not great.
Worked awesome.
You put like a slice of like deli ham on this plate, and it just like got.
We,
It warmed it with
How
the
do you
steam.
poach
it turned to rubber.
With steam.
we,
With steam.
Put it in my fancy square bin.
Yeah, and you're the one that wants to
If
open a
you-
cafe.
You want to
know,
have
poaching egg.
half breakfast.
Oh!
we're back
Apologies
to
to
breakfast
everyone's
chat.
ears then.
Is this going to be part of news,
Please
everyone?
don't deep throat the microphone, Nick.
I refuse to adhere to that. So the thing about it is that so Destiny,
Yes.
Madden, FIFA, these are games that I play quite regularly. But what I want is like, these are games where I go, okay, I've got like half an hour. A baby's asleep. I'm just going to do this. And then it's like, boot up, massive load screen, go through the menus, go through. And it's like, if I could just jump to quick play a game.
Warp to like home
please.
area and it's like restart that mission again by going on that travel screen, looking at the ship. Yeah, there are massive advantages to it.
Yeah.
I would die.
Can you please look up my toast and egg? People saying it doesn't exist.
No, the reason I want is because I'm not an advocate of it, because it feels like something that they used
But
to have in
people-
they used to have in
show
like the
them I'm not
70s in
lying.
Britain. They used to have those
You
like,
have the power.
it exists, people.
Do it, Gus.
I'm not engaging in this.
Oh, it's such a tiny saucepan.
God.
What the
gonna
fuck?
say
It's,
Nick
it's
way down.
Tefal. It's the Tefal toast in egg.
Okay, Gus is going to look it up right now because this is an abomination.
I bought it for when I had this really cool single lady bachelor pad apartment that Peter immediately moved into.
But
And
can I-
it's
can-
not a single lady apartment anymore.
Can I just say as well,
Mm.
because you bought that, it was not a cool single lady
Shut
apartment.
up!
It was cat lady apartment.
Pete, can we get a close up on the most
yeah,
disgusting thing
okay.
I've seen as an
It
appliance?
was
bring it
so
up.
good. It was innovative.
Bloop.
It worked. It's
Where'd the ham
great.
go again?
Work?
It went on a little tray beneath the egg.
Wouldn't it get beneath the egg?
Beneath the egg.
Didn't they have these in hotels in the London so they
the
didn't have to
steam-
get out of bed? You
the
just used to
steam
make your breakfast
passed
in bed.
You've been watching
through
too much
the
Wallace
ham
and Gromit.
and cooked
Faulty
and poached
towers.
the egg.
40
This is
towers.
unbelievable.
Black
I love that we've managed to do a whole segment on breakfast again.
Again.
It needs to be a segment every week on this show. Proof.
My one question is, don't you then get a hammy egg?
Look,
I
you're
think
gonna get a ham.
A ham flavored egg is fine.
You're gonna
guess
get a hammy egg anyway.
If you're cooking ham,
Yeah.
you want that ham
let,
taste.
let me know if Nick's levels are
But
okay
as someone who
still.
likes like bacon to be obliterated
Yep,
into a crisp,
please.
this
Yeah.
is not the appliance for you.
No.
Okay. Fair. Angus.
Angus? Am I in trouble?
No.
It's gone from Goose to Gus to Angus?
It did.
We're at that point now.
News?
I do indeed. The news I'm just going to bring up once I can get this little thing to behave is...
You threw him off with the ham egg thing.
He's a loud boy.
Calypso said, "Steph, you brought breakfast up again."
Yeah, it's not that impressive.
This is a you initiative.
Make it a segment. Make it a segment.
Maybe for
Well,
the
moving on.
breakfast show once we
We could do that. We could do a spin-off breakfast show.
Oh, I love that. But there's something getting up early because none of us and no one in chat wants that.
It's not an early morning show. Moving on from breakfast chat, the news I have is that the second Giga Leak has happened. Do we all know about the first Giga Leak?
Tell me about the Giga Leaks.
Well, the Giga Leak is specific to Nintendo in the fact that a Chinese company known called Broadon.
Is that what we're looking at here?
No, well, I'll talk through what we're seeing in a second.
gonna-
But basically,
I'm gonna put it up,
there's been
just
a second set of leaks from a Chinese company that got hacked that had all the source code for a heap of original Nintendo games from... originally, it was from the Famicom or Super Nintendo, and a heap of Game Boy Advance games.
So what
this
year are
stuff
we
is-
talking?
Like, again, I had a bit of trouble finding the
Way
console,
back.
but way
Was I
back...
born?
No, well, this thing that was being made, Nintendo had a partnership with Broadon to make a like a Chinese piece of hardware.
It was the chips, I think.
It was the chips for that console that basically would give them access to this product because they weren't releasing their consoles over there the way we get them. And that company has now since been hacked, lost all the source code, which is basically all the blueprints to make a heap of old Nintendo games that now modders and emulator hackers can get into and pull apart and find all this hidden information. And it's actually really precious material. It's like, you know, it's the DNA of those games. But what people have been finding is, and a heap of N64 games as well. And what people have been
Like, it's
finding...
literally like Mario 64, originally Yoshi's Island, Pokemon Gold and Silver. Like
Well, they even found like Pokemon games in development. That they found a heap of stuff that wasn't finished,
Yeah.
and that's what people have been really losing their minds over, including different characters from different games. So Yoshi's Island 1 had a whole new character that never got put in.
yeah, it was just some dude.
It was a dude called like Super Donkey. It was weird.
Shit, that
It's
game would
all
be if it
weird.
wasn't. But if he still had the tongue,
Yeah, just
you're like, what's going on with that guy?
But it's weird stuff, but it's stuff that people sort of pore over and really enjoy.
Well, I mean, and particularly like classic Nintendo games, people tear the source code apart, like for speedrunning and for just to see what they missed out because they love them so much.
Yeah,
Like,
and there's stuff like there is some gems in there. There's stuff like in the original Castlevania. Not the original, the one that was on Super Nintendo, which has beautiful music, awesome chiptune music. There's alt tracks that people have never heard, which people just go like, I'm sorry, they like love these soundtracks and you know do covers of them and stuff. And now there's new songs.
Same with Mario Kart menu.
Mario
music
Kart
as
had some
well.
really soft, beautiful little tunes, new characters in different games. The big one everyone was talking about was Luigi in Super Mario 64, which is kind of did exist in the original source code, but was never. People have been taking it out and making renders and putting that online. So I don't think it exists in its actual form that we've been seeing online. But the short version is that essentially it's a...
Because, sorry, to be clear, I think that, the situation was that it had been rumored, it was never actually in the game, but it was a prototype that he was built for a prototype. So he was actually built into the game at some point.
there's a
but then
3D Luigi.
He's in
the
there.
world.
I think what people have done now is take him out and put him in out of context. And basically the idea is that they were thinking of going to that. The speculation is that they'd make a Super Luigi World 64. And again, it's just like it's a jump back in history to what they were all making and thinking.
I think it's quite charming and very funny that when we normally talk about video game leaks, it's like massive spoilers for upcoming titles or like user information and passwords were leaked. And here it's just like a bunch of sprites from games like a bajillion years ago that never made it into the game. Like,
No, totally.
oh my God.
And it's something charming. Look, it is a huge security risk, and Nintendo haven't responded yet. And what that
Which
means
is weird
going
because
forward.
they love to sue people.
Well, they do, which is why we're watching some original classic Yoshi's Island footage and not anything, because people have been getting worried about getting in trouble by showing any of these leaked images or sprites and stuff like that. So look them up at your own risk. Don't
I mean,
stream it.
I'm sure you can.
You
look
can do
them
it
up.
privately.
Just
It's
don't
fine. There's a heap out
broadcast
there.
them.
But as an avid fan of Nintendo stuff, and especially nostalgic Nintendo stuff, I'm super keen to look into this and hope that this means I can find a couple of emulated ROMs and maybe try my hand at a few games that had never came into existence. I think Pilot Wing...
But
Pilot
Nintendo,
Wing.
he never
Star
said
Fox
that.
had different characters.
Humans.
Had, humans in the actual game.
Argon TV says justice for Luigi. He never got
Argon.
He got deserved.
Well,
got
no,
to-
they
he got
gave
to go to
him-
Haunted
they gave him a
Mansions.
fucking
That's
vacuum.
true.
He was
That's true.
always, they gave him a vacuum and he was looking through a museum for Mario. Yeah, actually, no.
Yeah,
that's
he-
not
like-
really the.
Luigi's
the-
Mansion is a fun game.
He doesn't pass the Mario Bechdel test.
No, he
his
doesn't.
life is all about Mario.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
only ever has
absolutely.
conversations about Mario, and that's his whole life.
In service of Mario.
Is that a thing or is that you?
Me.
That's good. That's good shit.
So good. That is the best way to describe Luigi, and what a simp piece of shit he is. That he cannot exist without talking about his older brother. That is so funny.
Harsh.
Hush but true.
The other thing on that, because there was obviously a bunch of concept art
Yes.
in there, like Luigi looked like more like a dinosaur, like longer beak, and
There was one of him flipping the bird.
Oh, you mean Yoshi?
yeah.
Wait, Luigi
Sorry,
or Yoshi?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Yes.
Yoshi,
Yeah.
Luigi did not look like a dinosaur.
Yeah, okay.
Luigi looks like cheap Mario. But what I thought was interesting about it is that you're right, that normally these sort of leaks are about like passwords and stuff. This being about sprites and old concept art is kind of because Nintendo never reveal
Once it's
any
out.
Oh,
process.
secretive, yeah.
Like Nintendo feel a bit like Disney or
Pixar.
Apple, where it's like, we just make perfect products.
Don't look
We
behind the
are-
curtain.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
so good at what we do that everything just like Miyamoto just comes in one day and is like, "Ooh," and what that is, that's a tiny little poo, and a perfect Mario game just comes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
buy Nintendo wheels now for $700.
exactly, and so
And we
being
did-
able to see behind that curtain and see,
Yeah.
oh no,
Here's the nuts and bolts of it
Yoshi
all.
was weird for a while. I think is like an
Like that.
is like an important thing.
It is, 'cause
The,
It's
the
so-
perfect veneer of Nintendo has been shattered with the fact that Yoshi was weird.
But it
for a while.
humanizes them a little bit because they are such a perfect company that they don't want to taint their products or what their finished products at all with that wonderful creative process.
Yeah.
And I love seeing behind the curtain. I think it
Like,
actually
show me. I would love to see this from Apple, and Apple are like, here's the original prototype for the iPhone, and
It was a square.
it has a beak. It looks a bit more like a dinosaur. So
And it's giving everyone the finger.
yeah.
totally, that Luigi finger thing is so funny. I'm gonna go the exact opposite. From whimsical Disney to now, obviously, I work with Riot and the OPL, but there's been a bit of drama within the community over the last sort of 24 hours or so, where we've seen the LEC, so this is the European League of Legends competitive esports scene, have come under a fair bit of scrutiny and criticism because they partnered up with a Saudi enterprise, not just like a Saudi enterprise, a Saudi city. So just for context, it is City, which does not exist yet, which is going to be built, called Neom, is a $500 billion futuristic megacity that is being built from the ground up and is expected to be, quote, 33 times the size of New York.
So hang on, is it a city that
Wait,
currently
what?
exists?
No, it's going to be built
It's
from
a-
scratch.
Are they going to finish building it in its entirety
years.
before people can move in?
10 years
And is it
apparently.
full of these prepubescent
No, this is just the LEC. These,
Okay, right.
These are just banger players.
That's
But according to strategy documents leaked last year, the project may include a huge artificial moon, glow-in-the-dark beaches,
what?
flying drone-powered taxis,
Cool.
robotic butlers to clean the homes of residents, and a Jurassic Park-style attraction featuring animatronic lizards. And while we all have a fucking hard-on for the future city, let me temper that erection with the fact that this has all been funded by the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who just has the most atrocious human rights record in
Awful.
possibly the
Awful.
modern time. So all of this is to say Neom as a city partnered with LEC to be one of their big sponsors, and fans went nuts. Riot employees came out
nuts being
Like nuts bad.
like
nuts.
really unhappy with this because of the human rights record, and Riot employees came out, like the lead gameplay designer of League of Legends, Mark Yetta, came out and said, I can't and do not personally support this partnership. Esports sponsors are essential for esports to thrive, but not at the cost of human life and freedoms. And then the big one was the casters from the LEC, and specifically Frost Curran. So Frost came out and she said, this is disappointing because this is the LEC. It's my team, my product, my managers, my office, my family, my home. This isn't somewhere far away in HQ that I don't know. This is devastating because I know who made these choices and I feel silenced. So
Also, too, I guess because Riot have been, staunch supporters of the sort of LGBTQI movement within their own
Like,
Like they had the like
That's a progressive.
they had
yeah.
they had like a Pride logo at the time that they announced this partnership.
Yeah, they were literally.
And the Saudi
some
government have been
Christopher
very
Street Day, I think it was. Yeah.
anti-LGBTQI.
Totally.
So it's like
And
conflicting messages.
it is difficult. It is that difficult thing, I guess. And I don't expect an answer.
Well, I was going to say it's
do
more of
this.
a news story. It's like, well, I want to see what happens next now
Yeah.
because.
But like with this, I mean, like I love Premier League football, Manchester City Football Club, Saudi money, Newcastle United. They're trying to be bought. Like they're trying to be bought by Saudi money. It's just this thing of like, how can you reconcile the idea of your passions that you love and that you want them to be funded and supported, but with
Being
this
undercut
thing
by-
that is very hard to ignore.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. There's so much money there, and there's so much like I think there's legitimate interest in esports in the region. Like I don't think it's coming from a place of just trying to own everything or like to push an agenda that goes against everything that esports
Or
stands
that's trying
for.
to turn esports into something it
or
isn't already.
or manipulate it in a way that makes it something that's not. But yeah,
Well, it's hard because like you said,
reconcile it?
there's so much money. The money is coming from the very top. It's
Yeah.
like if I don't know.
Scott
like-
Morrison bought the Sharks.
Yes, it's like if Scott Morrison was like, I want to do this, and then go, well, I don't have a problem with like Saudi Arabia as a region, but I do have
Yeah.
problems with lots of people who control that region.
Yeah.
And so you go, when those people are almost personally investing in video games, that's weird. If it was just a Saudi businessman who was like, hey, I've just done
wanna
really well.
Yeah,
Tap
yeah.
into
It's like,
this,
yeah, cool, that's awesome. I mean, and thankfully Riot dropped this about 17 hours later and said, we made a big mistake. We don't want to go down this path. We went too quickly on this and caused rifts in the community we're trying to grow. So props to them
okay.
for dropping it.
Yeah,
Obviously.
good on
But
good on.
but yeah,
And
pretty big.
I would just say on the Scott Morrison point that he's already allegedly made as many bathroom mishaps as all of the NRL players who play for the Sharks anyway. So he's already in. Like, he's one of the boys.
Good. I'm glad that while I brought it down into human
was
rights
like-
records from the ham egg thing,
Yeah, I made it
back
about
with-
Scott Morrison shitting himself in.
awesome. We're back. Okay. Do we have any more? A quick round robin?
We could do super quick. Obviously, we want to get our special guest in here soon.
That's right.
Let's listen to this clip because it's quite short. Gussie, if you want to
can run
unmute
the start
that.
of
You,
it,
are all the other videos muted?
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be or should be?
They shouldn't be. This
They
one
should
isn't.
be. If that would be a preference. So we
Okay.
don't have lots
This
of audio.
isn't. So
Yeah, that's good. Let's hear what it has to say. Play.
I'll roll to the start of it.
Yep.
And all good.
Yep. I'm not getting that at all.
Hey, is that on me?
I don't know. Is your machine muted?
Let's find out.
Oh, Scotty just did.
Put it all the way to the top. I can't hear anything at all yet.
No sound?
No,
Nothing?
nothing. Not a damn thing.
Just tell us
This
what he
could
said.
be.
He is saying that
And who is that man?
that is Gabe Newell.
Oh, yeah.
A,
He is
a,
on
cha-
New
a
Zealand.
charming morning presenter was like, "So, Gabe Mule, you're a video game man. Which one's better, the Xbox, the new Xbox, or the new PlayStation?" And Gabe Mule flat out says,
Xbox.
Not
more like
without-
this is on
without-
Kiwi
Xbox.
News. I can't believe you guys both didn't put on a
Xbox.
Kiwi accent.
"Oh, yeah." I
well,
have a
Gabe
Kiwi
Newell's
accent.
not a Kiwi.
No,
You do the Kiwi
hosts
accent. You
were.
do a very good Kiwi accent.
No, not anymore.
Xbox or
Which one's better?
Which one's no?
Nah.
I was going to
We
hear
lost it
Irish.
already.
Which one's better?
Yeah, you got led astray from over there though.
What is that? One of the Dream Daddies?
Yeah, he just didn't even skip a beat.
No, like it's obviously blown up on Reddit because of how decisive his comment was. But it's also like take it with a grain of salt. This man runs like Steam. He even says he doesn't have a dog in this race, but he also has kind of a dog in the race because the deals that Steam and Valve have organized with Microsoft to have Microsoft's
Game Pass.
Game Pass games heading across to the platform as well. What's it called? Grounded is
Obsidian.
the best-selling game on Steam right now. Like Valve are making some money off partnerships that they have with Microsoft, and if that's an opportunity for him to throw a bone to old
Do you
Phil
think
Spencer,
that's it though, or do you think
Is he a
he's
d-
just
is
is
he
he
a
just
dog?
being like because isn't objectively the Xbox slightly more powerful?
yeah. So like if
So
he
couldn't he simply just be saying that?
yeah, but he knows what he's doing.
He is stoking some flame wars so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. He doesn't want anyone to buy a PS5 because if they buy a PS5, they're not sitting in front of their computer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Okay.
First of all, number one, stop it. We know what you're doing. Stop it. Number two, buy a fucking shirt that fits. My God, you have like $5 billion.
Can I recommend
that shirt.
possibly a
I think
loose-fitting
he
wind
looks
cheater?
appropriately dressed for a man of his stature.
So big.
He's
Such a
been.
big
It's
shirt.
COVID times. He's stuck over in New Zealand having a wonderful time. This
And you
weekend, by the
also,
way.
when you're under hot
makes him look
TV
slimmer.
lights, you don't want to be wearing anything too tight. You
Yeah.
know, I think it's fine.
I'm
and I'm
more-
also very pro this beard. I think he looks like Gandalf,
Beard,
and which
yes.
is appropriate for where he is.
clear wraparound
true.
sunnies, a no-go for me. Sorry, you're not wearing Arnett.
They
with
look like they've
clear-
got the blue tint in them to
Yep.
block out screen glare as well, which is super nerdy.
Get some refined frames on that old Santa of video games, and I'm okay.
Well, I'm glad we spent a bunch of time critiquing. Anything else?
Good question.
Everyone, look at your laptops. I don't think was there something else?
I don't
Oh no, there was
I
just
think
Gus.
Brandon was the game you were
Gus
talking
had a
about.
treadmill.
Oh, I
thing.
did. I had
Oh,
one
the
little
treadmill thing.
It's not
Okay.
much of a clip to look at,
Well,
but
let's see it.
basically
Let's see it.
a
Let's see
user
it.
on
You can go full
Reddit
screen on
has
that,
a user on Reddit has shown the first-person
Unmute
footage
that.
of them.
See if this
It
works.
is unmuted. Oh no, it's not. Any sound? I don't know if this clip has sound.
It did, yeah.
Okay. A user on Reddit has posted a video of them basically setting up The Witcher 3 to work with their treadmill. So essentially what they're doing is running based on the landscape in the game. And so the treadmill adjusts itself based on the incline of the area that they're running on.
Yep.
The reason I have an attachment to this,
amazing.
that's the only bit of the footage that we have.
no.
There we go, changing the incline. As we mentioned at the top of the show, I've currently done a setup that is overly complicated where I run in front of different video game backgrounds for charity, which I thought was a great idea when I was drunk. And now I'm starting to think is not the best idea, but I've set my... I'm very envious of this. Thank you. I'm very envious that this person has managed to code a game to do it, which is far beyond what I do, which is capture me running in a game and then reverse the footage. It's a very laborious process, and I've made my bed, and now I have to sleep in it.
This is so awesome because I had I used to go to the spin class when I lived in the city, back in the big smoke.
Oh, yeah.
And it was called Scenic Cycle. It closed down, but it had like
Did
big
it close
It
down?
closed down, devastated.
Oh no, you loved seeing.
I loved Scenic Cycle. Now I had to buy a real bike and cycle through the stupid mountains. It's actually really lovely.
Life sounds horrible, Steph.
Do we need to sell our house? Do you not
That's
like
the
it?
joke. That's the joke. It's really lovely.
And you're the only cyclist on like a crisp morning going...
It's really nice. It's really nice. I love where I live. No, but I used to, when I lived in the city, I would go to Scenic Cycle. And for a while, when I tried to set up a similar thing at home, and I had a spin bike, and I would just troll YouTube for like just GoPro things that people had shot
Yep.
of their own cycles. But I could never find ones that were like long enough or interesting enough or the right speed or anything. If The Witcher had been an option, I would have picked that hands down.
That's true.
I would love to cycle through.
If The Witcher had been an option, you would be doing the Tour de France. We'll just be that good.
like behind the curtain on what I do, just very quickly, is that, as I said, I've looked up a bunch of jogging videos on YouTube which go forward. So when I do them in reverse to be a background on me, suddenly it's this really immersive moment where I'm running through France and then just people are walking backwards. And similarly, when I like, occasionally I go and capture a video game and I think, what's a game that will work well that I can do in first person, that I can run through? So I've recently just did like Halo Combat Evolved. And so I'm running through that opening world and I'm just trying to keep it smooth and keep the camera because I'm going to reverse that footage.
Yeah.
And then suddenly an alien dropship lands or an alien runs in or a warthog drives past. I'm like, fuck, it's totally ruined the shot. Or I get to a point where I can't jump over a wall anymore. I'm like, I've made a bigger job for myself than I
I
need
feel
to.
like for me as well, like exercise is all about escapism. I want something to take my mind off what I'm doing because exercise sucks.
Which
And
is why I've been doing these as well.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. And I think like, especially if you're, populating a world around you that you spent a lot of time in digitally, like how nice to be running through like game worlds that will remind you of quests that you did and like places that you visited. Even when we did that, like when COVID first started, we bought a jigsaw puzzle of like the continent from The Witcher and of Temeria. And I was like, as I was putting the pieces in, I was like, I remember the quest from this town. Good times, you know? And it was like reliving
Are we
all
off
of
to the
that.
big smoke tomorrow?
I also like the idea that COVID started, everyone goes into lockdown, and you're like, I I just miss the outdoors. I'm going to buy a puzzle of the continent, which I could easily walk through right now, trapped inside.
It's just a different way to consume content that I enjoy.
Totally.
Nick.
I
Totally.
understand.
And mine's a background that I don't see, so to be staring at something and actually enjoying it and distracting, great idea. So props to that user. 'cause
Turn your
that's a,
bloody
Keep
vibration off,
getting-
mate.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I'm very popular, and I keep getting text messages from people saying, you look great in that blue jumper, and Gus should probably pick a different color.
Insecurities.
Well, it all looks very good. Now, before we move on, because we are about to call Vandie, and very excited to talk to her, but I wanted to bring up one last thing, because it is the worst thing I've seen on the internet.
Oh yeah, we haven't
Okay,
seen it
this,
yet.
This is a bit of work. But
So,
yeah.
Can I just preface this by saying
No, this is okay.
Oh, that's the original. Okay.
There's a part 2 to this.
Nick?
I was like, that's disgusting already.
Yeah.
Nick put something in our news file saying, "Don't look at this. It's disgusting. I want to show you live."
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there-
the
Now
one
I'm
to
really
look at
curious.
next.
That's all I know about it.
So hang on, I just want to make sure I have this
So
on.
let's bring
on
up
both.
no one look at
All right.
Gus. You can have a look. No one else
Yeah,
look.
but let me
Shush
get
up.
rid of-
Gus,
ready?
you can
Let
bring
me
up
get
the
it ready?
second one if you need to.
Let me.
What's the
Should I bring up
context?
your screen? Should I
What's
bring
the
up your
first
screen?
image I was looking at?
Hang on.
It's a banana.
Is that how this
Fortnite.
works?
Banana.
Okay, no, you've already got it. You've got it there.
First
Are you ready to
screen.
go?
First is up.
Okay,
We're good
cool.
to go.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
all right,
I'm building this up way too much.
This is
Don't
the
worry.
Fortnite guy. This is
Fortnite banana.
I'm not looking.
We all remember the Fortnite banana skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking
so
on.
that's a Fortnite banana skin. Look at that. It's obviously a man dressed as a banana. Okay, bring up the second one and what it is now that you can buy in Fortnite right now. Go.
Hang on.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it. Load it.
I'm
Show me
trying.
that banana.
I'm trying.
Load
Clicking.
it. That's our script, everyone.
Oh, that is. I'm
Enjoy it.
clicking.
Click it.
It's not working.
Go down.
You have
See,
to
Down the bottom.
Right-click?
It's
Down
on
a
the
little
next
bit.
page.
You have to. Oh yeah, I see.
Oh, I
It's
see
on the
it's
next
down there.
page.
Here we go.
It's
Here
on
we
the next
go.
page.
Look at
What is it?
They have.
Oh, it's the inside of the
They've
banana.
unpeeled him.
So they've.
He's naked.
He's called Unpeely. So this is.
Look at his face. He's not happy anymore.
He's not.
He's nude.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, because
So
that looks like.
can we go back?
Go back up. Go back up. What does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like a dick, Steph.
No, but what else does it look like?
Balls?
Something really racist.
Oh.
That's awful.
Oh, I didn't see that either.
Yeah, but it's only when it's zoomed in.
So
No, I
it's,
still didn't see it.
it's all.
oh!
So
no.
Yeah.
It's all very uncomfortable. I don't like the ridges. I don't like really anything.
I think it's a well-detailed inside. of the
Give me a
banana.
yeah. It's on. it.
So see how he's got this lump at the front?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back to the first one, the new one.
You're making this. There we go.
Unlumpless. What the hell happened?
Yeah.
They've Ken-dolled him.
No lump.
It is.
They've Ken-dolled him.
To
You
be
know
fair,
what?
Ken-doll
It's because-
just has a
It's
lump.
because once they put the shorts on, it's too human, and then once you put a lump there, it's like everyone's gonna think that it's a dick.
It's very
But that's
true.
fine because the dick is already on his head.
So. So keep it on that for a second, guys. So
There's bananas on his board shorts.
Yes. So I
Yeah.
saw this on PC Gamer.
Yeah.
Tyler Wilde on PC Gamer had the greatest paragraph, which is one more concern.
Yeah, these.
Printed on the banana shorts are pictures of banana slices, which would
that
be like
mean?
if I wore shorts covered in cross sections of human torsos. I don't think that's okay. There's a twist though. We already know that beneath the banana's bare chest, there are bones because it's a man. The banana slices depicted on its shorts contain no bones. Either they are boneless banana slices, or, in Fortnite's world, bananas are both a kind of people and a fruit. And banana fruits perhaps look like, but are otherwise unrelated to, banana people.
Well,
If the situation is that these are boneless banana slices, then that banana is probably a cannibal.
There's that face again.
well, I don't know. What if it's the equivalent of us eating little gummy humans?
Maiden Muse says this is not the in-depth discussion I was expecting.
What are you getting?
But a gummy human is made out of a different thing.
Yeah,
it can
okay.
grow
We're
in
not
that
made
shape.
of gummy.
Yeah. It would be if a gummy human was made out of human flesh.
No,
and
it would
then
be
we ate
it
them.
would be if a fruit grew
That's
in the
the
shape of a
equivalent.
human, or something grew naturally that we eat that was the shape of us.
No, because it would still need to be made
out
of
of
our
human
flesh.
Yeah.
He is a banana.
Yes. Okay. Yes. A little flesh-shaped, boneless human on a tree.
No, not flesh shaped.
Flesh.
Flesh filled.
Filled.
Fleshy flesh.
And then, amongst all this chaotic, messed up dystopia, someone went, "We should put them on board shorts." It's not right.
But I just want to say that Flesh Filled is my new Tinder profile.
Swipe right.
Okay,
press
so
that.
that's it for the news. There you go. I hope you
Finished
enjoyed
on a
that.
high note, or whatever that was.
Woohoo!
Thank God we forgot all that human rights abuse. Started talking about banana rights abuse. So that means it's time to get Vandie on the line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vandy,
cool.
Sounds
Vandy,
good.
Vandy,
No, she was
got the
Vandy.
link and
Chat.
everything?
Sorry? I
Yeah,
believe
let me
she's
just
ready
go.
to go because she was in the chat.
Yeah, cool.
She has the link. She should be there.
She
Yeah.
is there.
Invite her on in, and we'll just make sure we pin her properly.
Okay. Let's hope this all works seamlessly as it did last time.
Yeah.
I see a
Click
Vandie.
and pin.
And I'm going to pin a Vandie.
And I'm going to bring her
And
live.
do we hear a Vandie?
Here we go.
I can hear.
Hey, there we go.
How are you?
I'm good. I was cracking up with laughter about the banana thing. I just could not stop.
That was the monstrosity. You should not be laughing at that.
Boneless bananas? I never even thought about it. I was like,
Your opinions on it? Is it awful?
it's horrifying. That's
Yeah.
going to give me nightmares. That needs a warning. Like
You
an actual warning.
you can never unsee it now too. You'll always be wondering about what's inside there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Peely, super cute. Now stuff of nightmares. Great. Five Nights at Freddy will have him in the next game.
Totally.
Yeah.
So for those of you who
Awesome.
don't know, Vandie is an esports commentator. She's a host. She's an interviewer. She's the legacy esports stream manager. I've worked with Vandie with Riot. Steph, you recently?
I worked with Randy on the Red Bull show, and she also live streams on Twitch. Vandie underscore. What's your Twitch profile?
Vandie underscore.
Yeah. That's
Vandy
it.
underscore.
But Vandie, we brought you on because you recently were doing the Valorant Ignition series, the big local Valorant esports tournament here. How did that go for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. So the Order, basically with the Valorant Ignition series, Order Academy, or Order Army, sorry, I don't know why I called them Academy, but they got the rights to have the first one and run it and everything like that. I believe 373 teams signed up, which was
Yeah.
massive. Like, it was probably one of the biggest tournaments from like start to finish I'd been like a part of, because there was like open qualifiers and group stages, semi-finals, finals. It was crazy, and just the involvement was really cool to see.
And Spawn, who is actually the GM of Order, is in the chat right now. And he's saying, that's my tournament. So hi, Jake.
Jake did a great job.
But we brought you on because Steph plays, I play a little bit of Valorant. You play quite a bit of Valorant. And there's some Valorant news.
Yeah, I'm terrible at Valorant, but I actually really enjoy it.
She's not. She's
It's not
actually
news to
not.
anybody, guys. No, but I have been playing. I've even played with Vandie. I brought Vandie into a game who I think with a bunch of friends that I play, and no one was expecting her to be quite as good as she is. And she just wiped the floor. It was amazing. But maintains the most positive attitude of any shooter player I've ever met, which is really nice.
Yeah. I think even like from walking past your room while you're doing that session, I could hear like chirpy, like joy coming out of
You
the
picked
room.
your class. No, I'm fine. It's like polite choices in shooter.
But it's just also combined with the fact that she's just like getting headshots really like consecutively. So
Nice.
yeah, so there was a new agent that was leaked and then I think subsequently announced called Killjoy. She's German. She looks like a bit of a hacker and seems like she's going to be a nightmare when playing defense. When playing in defense, Vandie, would you agree?
100%. Yeah, she looks crazy. As soon as I think I tweeted when I saw it, because there was a bit of a leak that came out with her, so we got to like see her. And I had a German friend who was like kind of on it because they did like an Easter egg. One of the sprays that you can get, it had like confidential and like, you know, we're gonna leak this.
Okay,
Woo.
right.
So I was like, ew, I hate it. As soon as I saw her kit, but then I didn't know what she looked like, and I love her aesthetic. She's cool.
Yeah, I love the way she looks, and I feel like, I mean, I currently play Cypher the most because I really like using the tripwires. I'm not great at engaging in like a lot of gunfire. The best success I have in the game is when I can surprise people or around corners and stuff. So I like being
You're
able
a croucher.
to. I'm a croucher. I mean, I just kind of lie in wait for people who don't expect me to just be sitting there. That's my strat. That's my strat.
When you play, and Vandie will attest to this, when you play a lot of a competitive game, like at different skill tiers, there's like different ways of thinking about how the map works.
Yeah.
And Steph jumps into high tier skill games
Because I'm playing with
the
better people,
strats
yeah.
that no one can predict. Like, she's wild card.
But yeah, she's got things like Alarm Bot, which I think is similar to the Bomb Buddy that will hunt down players and then it'll explode. Anyone who gets hit by that explosion will be tagged as vulnerable, which means I think like double damage for a period of time, which is brutal. She has turrets that she can plant as well, so you can kind of do like a 180-degree spray of bullets when you plant those. I feel like that means people are going to have a lot more trouble getting around corners.
What map do you feel like she's going to work really well on?
They previewed her on Split, and they previewed her on Split, and what was the other one? Haven. So I think she'll work really well on those. Basically, anywhere where Cypher likes to hold a site by herself, I think she'll kind of take that same role where she can really control and slow down people trying to rush a site. She just seems super annoying. Like, the name was so adept. I was like, Killjoy, wow, really? Hope it doesn't suck the joy out of our games.
She does. She seems like she's going to be able to. Her ultimate ability as well is called Lockdown, because she really does. I think she will lock down a point, which is a device that you can plant, and it does have a long wind up, so people will have an opportunity to be like, oh crap, this thing's going to go off, and try and get out of the way. But once it sort of detonates, anyone caught within its radius is frozen in place for a few seconds.
Jesus.
So like that seems like the worst situation.
Like unable to even shoot or just
Yeah.
like a total
Yeah.
freeze. Yeah, wow. What a
So
good
that's going to be the most annoying thing ever. But I also feel like it's the perfect character for me.
Do you think it's like, I don't play much, but do you think it's filling a role that doesn't exist at the moment, like a lot of like AoE player control, that kind of stuff?
No, the weird thing is there's already a lot of that. So utility is so important in the game, and there's already characters where you can smoke. There's Viper, who they still haven't really found a place for her, and she's all about like controlling those one-way sort of entry points. And even Cypher, as I said. So the really interesting thing is everyone's already trying to be like, okay, where's she going to fit? But we already have Sage, we already have Cypher that we like to run. Will she replace one of these, or will you see her like alongside Cypher, and literally it'll be Cypher on one side, her on the other? And I'm like, where do you go then? Because you've got these two really strong agents that can hold a point all by themselves.
So in that scenario, does her ulti kill people, or does it just freeze them?
No, it just freezes
No,
them.
just free. I think that would be Nick. Let's just not let you anywhere near game design.
Because I was going to ask, even if it does just freeze them, how are you feeling about the idea of a agent that can that doesn't need to be near something to be able to have that effect? Because obviously there are agents in the game, you can put up ice walls and you can throw it. This feels a lot more like you can affect a part of a map in a really significant way without being there at all. Is that something that this game needs, or is that veering a little more towards like, to me, it feels a little more like that Overwatch territory, where it's like the ulti is just something that you can just mash if you need to, and it really lowers the skill floor, I guess?
Yeah, I 100% feel like that's the direction. It's really weird because everyone was quoting that tweet originally from one of the developers where they're like, utilities should be used to help you get kills. Utilities themselves should not net you kills. And then Raze came out and everyone's like, I can press one button and kill someone without pulling out my gun. And then everyone was like quoting this again with Killjoy. I think with the bot, maybe they'll have to scale down the damage or maybe just change it to a slow. I don't feel like it's fair that you have like an auto aimer turret that can do damage. I think that would be really annoying.
It depends how much damage the turret does as well, I suppose.
Yeah, apparently it's like enough as a classic shot, which I think is like, I don't know, 15 damage or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, right. But it adds up. And the thing is, when you get hit by a bullet in Valorant, your legs turn into cement, essentially. You just like become so slow, like stepping away. And it's like, it just puts you at such a disadvantage. So in the video, you can see like there's a Sage running in, gets tapped by the turret, tries to go kill the turret, and Killjoy pops out and is like, hello. I'm going to take this free kill.
And
very annoying.
And I take it just from what you guys were saying, the ulti is one that you can designate to an area. It's not something that you have to wind up and set off approximation around you.
You can plant it, I think. I'm not sure if it works like, like Brimstone.
I was going to say, if it's like calling it in.
There's a lot of stuff where you kind of get like an overwatch of the map and you can choose points on the map to smoke.
Satellite.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it works like that. I think maybe
she's got like a little capsule and then she'll have to plant it.
So she
a bit like the spike or whatever. Yeah, I don't think she can just put it anywhere on the map that she wants.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think if her stuff, like all of it seems to be able to be like you can shoot it and it'll die. But even then, I'm not really sure how it's all going to work out. We're just waiting to see her essentially. Like, I wonder if they'll put her on like a PTR or something, but I don't think Valorant has it. So she'll just be shipped live and then everyone's just going to
complain on it.
Has it been like since launch pretty consistent rollouts of patches and like just rebalancing or?
Yeah, pretty consistent. As I said, they're trying to make sure that all agents have their role. Viper, as I said, is probably the biggest one that has had the most amount of changes, as has Sage. Sage felt too strong out of the gates, and they've constantly just tuned her to put her in a place that's well. Viper just felt super weak, and they're still trying to buff her, but I don't ever think she'll kind of... It's Viper's ultimate that stops her from being selected a lot in professional play, because what she does, a lot of other agents do something similar or perform better. So I'm not really sure what they're going to do with that.
But yeah, they might just rework it. I mean, that's part of the fun of a new game like this, where like ability-based competitive game where like things will just change drastically when they realize, well, if they're doing a good job of it, they will change dramatically to make sure they work. And like, again, I come from Dota, and it's like there's a patch every week. And it's like drastic changes every week, but the balance is maintained. Just everything is OP in Dota.
And Vandie, how have you enjoyed and casting and everything? It's cool to see, more women in esports commentating and stuff like that. How have you found the environment and the experience overall?
Really, really good. Like, especially the players. Like, I was a little bit worried because FPS titles especially come with that toxicity. Like, Overwatch was just, a little bit of a nightmare when I got involved with it. But the Valorant community has been really accepting so far. So I really have enjoyed my time helping commentate for it. And yeah, I've actually received some really nice messages from women who are asking me questions of how I got into the field. And I'm always just like, my DMs are always open if anyone in chat is, considering like becoming a commentator or figuring out, or just being unable to really break through because they feel like they've been set back because they are a woman. Like I'm here for that. Like I'd love for there to be more. That's kind of like my dream and why I kind of push on with what I do. Cause I'm like, it feels really nice to receive messages like that. Cause it feels like I am sort of in a way making a bit of a difference.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Well, we all think you're amazing, and so we're very thrilled to have you on the show. So thanks very much for stopping by. Where can people watch you, follow you, keep up to date with everything you're doing?
DM you.
Yeah, slide into my DMs. It's Vandie. It's really annoying. It's Vandie with an underscore on Twitter and Twitch, and then it's just regular Vandie, no underscore on Instagram.
Vandie, yeah?
Basically, if it looks like a bot account, it's not me, and just add an underscore.
Good. That's a good option. Well, thank you very much. We hope you're doing well, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Vandie.
Bye. The best.
Yeah, what a champ.
The actual best.
I'm actually looking forward to the Valorant thing. I love when like super OP things drop and just wreck everyone for a week, because people like you and I, that's when we shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pros don't know what they're doing anymore. Very excited. Okay, well, let's move on. Carry on, my wayward son?
Or some community art?
I think we're going to do the gameplay first.
We're going to do gameplay first so that we
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that.
We can blow out the art a little bit.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Now, while you're setting that up, I will let everybody know a couple of things. One, I turned off my phone.
Sorry?
You're welcome. The notifications are going to stop. I can't help it. For some reason, the emails keep coming through, and I can't turn off the notifications. And now the chat, I can't just read the channel here. So there you go.
You were saying before about how Apple make perfect products, and you can't turn off the vibration. Is that the thing you're saying right now?
I think I said.
I just wanted to double check that with you.
I think what I've got here is the iPhone that has the beak. I got the prototype.
iPhone 10 beak.
So also a reminder that we are entirely funded by you guys right now, and we are loving all the support that you are bringing in. You can head to patreon.com/Back Pocket, or you can subscribe to us on Twitch right now as well. On Twitch, you will unlock all the sexy emotes.
All those things that Gus
Sexy
made.
ones to
Gus,
come.
what did
And
you
you know,
make?
I think we need to.
We haven't got a sexy pocky yet. Pockety.
What's sexy pockety?
Can we do like a Barbarella one, like a cult classic, like
Big silver,
bikini
bouffant
pocky?
hair.
How do you feel about
What
it,
if we-
Stephanie?
what if
Was
we-
that
No, you go.
We can have a range of sexy pocketies.
We should do a Pete hair chest pockety.
Should.
I've already got a Pete pockety, and he doesn't have any hair chest, so that is going on tomorrow.
And
the
everyone
tan
in the chat, just if you are subscribed at the moment, please just spam the chat of the
the mic's
emotes so
blocked.
everyone can see what they are. What if we unpicked the stitching on him? And
just a little leg?
Okay, but what's under
just
him?
a little bit of banana coming out.
banana? A banana flesh
little-
pockety.
I'll make a banana pockety and I'll make an unstitched
little
one,
bit.
but I'm not putting banana in my pocket.
Don't sully
Please
his
I
name.
am so excited by that. While everyone's spamming the chat and everyone is heading to patreon.com/backpocket, there are all sorts of awesome tiers that you can be a part of the show there. You'll also get access to the wonderful Discord that is absolutely popping off at the moment. And again, a massive shout out to all the mods who are making all of that happen, because that is more work than we could possibly do.
I'm going to create a
Just
channel also in the Discord this week that is just my Ghost of Tsushima screenshots
Good.
as well.
Yeah, good.
No one
And
else.
we'll lock it to
No one else
everyone?
can post any.
Everyone
We
can
have
lock it,
just
no.
me
Yeah.
and my art.
We
have
have
a
Ghost of Tsushima in Spoiler Town.
Okay.
No,
can
but this
spam
is
them.
not about spoiler.
You weren't
Town.
listening. This is
just-
about Steph.
This is about
the
me
game.
and my art.
While you're getting the game, I'm going to get another drink. Does anyone want some rosé, some beer, some?
Oh, please.
Go
Oh
for
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
surprise
Thanks,
me.
man.
Thank you.
Bring the
All right.
lot.
Well, we may as well boot the game up.
Yeah.
And
Oh
dive
man,
in.
Yeah,
this
totally.
is
While we
Look at that. Look at
This
that
is quite-
fleshiness.
graphic.
Well, yeah. I mean, as Nick was saying before, you
It's
are.
like some weird, sexy Japanese.
I mean, it could be. But from all accounts, you play as the creature. You're the monster, and Nick, take it away.
So, this is definitely one of my favorite games that's come out this year.
Could you just talk me through the opening already? Is
There he is.
literally busting out. Oh my god!
Wow.
cool.
Look at that, Gus. How does that feel?
It already feels fantastic. I'm just doing. Whoa!
So
Look
gooey.
at that!
This reminds me of that movie in space with the thing that grows.
The thing?
The thing, no, it's
Prometheus?
called. No.
Life. Event
no,
Horizon.
Life.
Oh,
Life
Oh.
with Ryan Reynolds exploding.
yeah, that's
Spoilers
that was
for life.
that was an awful movie.
so
And this thing reminds me of that.
Look at all the cowering researchers who've created me or captured me.
Yeah, it's
So there are
Life, the
several
video
things I
game.
love about this game, and
Right.
I will get to the gameplay stuff. It's a Metroidvania. You're traversing these levels. You're solving environmental puzzles. The reason that I think this game is audio from PS5 videos coming through, says someone.
Oh, thank you. That's
Thank
what that
you very
was. I was like, I'm hearing
after
a
that?
weird mix, but it's like I'm not connected to the game.
You were hearing thousands of
Thousands of balls
thousands of
cry
balls
out.
just smash.
Where would that be?
You got to open still.
that one there. I'm just gonna
No,
close.
not the banana.
I'll close all of that. And
There
we'll
he
go
is.
back in. There we are.
So, the gameplay we'll get to in a second. Platforms, it's on Steam, Xbox Game Pass, and Switch. The reason that I love this game so much is I have never, ever role-played as a character as much as I do in this game. So, there are games like The
You be the
Witcher where
beast.
people are like, oh, I just lost myself in the world and I couldn't believe what was going on. Go left, Gus.
Yeah, I'm already.
No, that's where he started.
I started.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
go right then.
Yeah.
And
I've got
you
one ability which is like left trigger to.
Oh, that stretched
Yeah,
tentacles.
go down.
It's really disturbing.
and to the right.
Yeah.
See the little arrows there on the right? There's a tunnel.
Oh,
That's a
Yeah.
tunnel.
a
That's
cheeky tunnel.
Now you know.
So there are games like The Witcher where you are living someone else's life. You're going through that. This game, I am evil. I am genuinely evil. So the cowering scientists are my favorite thing in here. The more that you eat and destroy people, the bigger you grow.
Yes.
You
Feed
then
off the flesh.
and then there's lots of doors that are locked and you can't get through.
Right.
What I do is, if I find a door that's locked and I can't get through it, and there's cowering people in there and the guy with a rifle or whatever, I will, in anger, hit the scream button. I will then smash my character against the door, even though I know I can't get through. And then I'll wait for a second, I'll scream again, and then I'll go,
Oh my god.
and run away.
Is this the first person I'm gonna? I ripped the door off.
The door off,
Oh look, I'm just torturing them.
rip it.
Rip it. So it's look at them like that, and then
its
go.
head off.
"Bruh." Oh no! I ripped the door off, and I smashed it
Into it,
into.
yeah.
Now go consume him. Go eat him.
Consume.
You eat him?
Consume.
Same button, just sort of move. Yep.
Oh,
There you go.
oh.
And then so you can move around and smash them around, and then
Wow,
when
he
you
just
hold it near your
assimilated
torso,
him into you.
you'll eat it, and then you grow. And up
Wow.
the
You
top,
grew
can
quite
see
a
how you're
bit then.
growing. So
You are
You grow
substantial.
massively from the trailer by the looks of it.
yeah, you get huge.
To the
So
fact,
how
to the
do
point
you-
where you can't fit through everything, or do you squish?
No,
down
you
into
can't.
them?
So then that is the beautiful thing that as you go, there are two stages. So there's the first.
Oh my god!
Yep.
How do I eat? So
You-
just,
you
yeah,
take
right.
it
Just
forward.
when they
my
come
God.
back.
Just gorged yourself.
They
on
just
that
there it
human
is.
flesh.
That auto eats.
Do you have teeth? Are those little
Yeah,
teeth?
there's
that's
little.
teeth. So the way that it works is there's two stages.
but
There's
you
like
can see it.
you grow every time you eat one or two people, but half the there's like small stage and big stage. So
Yep.
small.
What am I now?
You're currently small.
You looks like you have multi-parts
Oh
to you.
yeah.
And then small, you have access to one set of abilities, and then when you get bigger, you have access to another set. So when you're bigger, you can like
Okay.
smash through unbreakable doors that you couldn't before, and that sort of thing.
How long does it take in the game before you get to the big stage?
Like, you mean before
Oh.
the game allows you to do it, or if you go from small to big?
Before the game allows you to do it.
Oh, like I don't know, half an hour.
It's not. It's
Okay,
apparently
right.
it's not a huge. It's like 4 to 6 hours
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. Oh, it's a perfect length.
Which I'm okay with.
So
Bit of puzzling. Just open a door.
Look at his goobery.
So for daylight. I'm out already. No, I want
how
to
good
eat.
is that movement though?
It's like here, just glide around with the left thumbstick. Have a little go at that,
Oh.
and like go to the roof. Like stick. You're free to go over. It's basically you're floating.
I feel like
Yeah.
it feels like some kind of wacky
Yeah.
Cirque du Soleil,
Yeah.
but with like flesh-eating human
the
teeth.
animation is actually quite
did I go?
beautiful.
So
in a
that's the way I
came,
disgusting
so
way.
go
Oh,
So
I
that's
wanna
the
go
other
up.
thing that I love about it. It's like a 200 megabyte download. It looks
And what-
obviously better. It's like, we're emulating or like we're imitating older games in its art style, but it's an art style that is running at like 60 frames per second and is so buttery that it's just
It's smoother. It's smoother on our end than it will be pushing out to the stream. As
Where am
well,
I going
because
next?
It is going down to 50.
So
That's a door above you. So if you
hit
trigger and right thumbstick.
yeah, so go up to that little bluey thing, go there, and then A. and
Spread your
biomass.
biomass.
Oh! I just like,
You've become the building.
ew. Oh, that's gross.
Is that its butthole?
Come out the butt.
We're not entirely sure.
Oh my god! So
Definitely
you
something.
infected the station. Okay,
Yeah, so then
right.
go in that.
Go in the butthole.
Go in the
Go in the
butthole.
butthole.
Go in the butthole.
Yeah.
A?
Press A
Yeah.
to squeeze in the butthole.
Ew! Oh god!
It's like every week we're adding a new.
Yeah, by the end of the month, the controller is not going to be a place you want to look at. X and A ruined already.
This is awesome and disgusting all at the same time. Oh no, I went back
You
through
went-
the butthole!
Get out of the butthole, Steph. Brilliant. I do.
Butthole.
I'm really. The reason I'm excited about this, apart from just like retro graphics, cool movement system, and like a unique spin on a horror story, is that 4 to 6 hours. It's like, oh, that's perfect. I was really keen to play Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I only got about 3 hours into it, and there's a lot more game there, and I am going to return to it, but it's that length that I was like,
Yeah, this scratches all the same itches that Ori does in like
tentacle
order.
porn.
Yeah. So
it's that-
you can, as you wander around, you can like break.
That's a bit hard to get my head around, that right thumbstick. Hold right trigger to start looking, and then use right thumbstick while you're holding it.
But what am I trying to do? I'm
You're trying to rip the
like,
door.
Rip
I-
things
yeah,
off.
Yeah, I get you.
So
there you go.
the you can like smash light bulbs with your body. Like there's so much. The music is phenomenal. At some points, there are enemies that have flamethrowers and you catch on fire. And when I catch on fire, I just flail and freak out and try to smash everything. But can I tell you a story?
Please tell us.
A little story that I wove in this game. So it's like 3 hours in. I've destroyed so much of this underground research facility. Tearing destruction, eating human flesh. Everyone is dead. I've killed every single person that I've come across. And then I'm crawling up this tube and I see a bathroom. There's 2 stalls and then the main bathroom area. There's a guy has a gun and he runs into the first stall and he hides in there and he's pointing the gun back like at the door, shaking and quivering,
Yeah.
screaming. I come in and then I see in the second stall there's a guy who's just sitting here like this.
I want to go. Hang on. I'm just going to go to.
Having a
just
little
gonna go
tentacle
to
bath.
a bigger.
Yeah,
bigger
please.
Nick for
So
this.
there, I go in and the first stall, guy doing this with the gun,
Yeah.
terrified. Second one, guy sitting on the toilet doing this.
Oh.
Just crying because he's just fucking given up because he knows what I will
And did
do
you
to
come
him.
through the bathroom?
So I slither in, scream. I grab
What's
the
this,
bathroom.
scream freezes them or panics them?
No, it's an echo. It's like an echolocator to show where you're going.
Right.
I grab the bathroom door, rip it off. I reach in, I grab the guy with the gun, smash him up into the ceiling, down into the floor, up in the ceiling, down to the floor, and then I grab him back and I inhale him into my body. And then the other guy, the whimpering guy, just makes a noise and he goes,
You're going back the way.
I then smash up against the second door, which he's in. So it's just, he's in the cubicle, I'm up against the door.
This is like classic horror trope.
Well, that's the thing. You're playing this scene.
And then
That's
I
right.
go, ah! Slap a tentacle up at the door, drag it down slowly, and I just
left?
disappear.
You just left?
And,
Yes.
and that guy is like, why did he let me live? The only person in the game I have let live is man so scared he's pooing himself on the toilet. And he will never forget me.
Nice.
And then you went and read your children a bedtime story, and you're like, "Daddy did a bad thing."
It is,
Now you-
so I am role-playing so much as this beast. It's amazing.
Now you just need to kill Cheerleader and her jock boyfriend.
Totally, yeah.
And what's another horror trope?
I mean, yeah, a bunch of kids in a cabin.
The virgin survives.
I mean, we're in sci-fi area here though, which is like we need to fall into those tropes. So
That's
Event
true.
Horizon and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I did see an ability in the trailer that I really.
Somebody needs to believe that the Carrion is the reason that the Earth will be saved.
Or
because
a bunch of
It
them-
will purge the Earth of everything that is evil.
and I will point out as well, Carrion not wearing a mask. So
Right. Yeah.
I did see in the trailer a feat,
Oh,
an ability.
man.
Put
Oh,
him
that is-
down! Put him down!
Put him out of his misery.
Nom 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 nom. So if you just don't move, it eats. Oh, you didn't eat him. So you grab him and then hover over him and then just sit still. Yeah, and that ate.
He likes to toy with
Is
his
you can
food.
send a tentacle out and apparently you can stick it into a human as an ability and then you can control that human. So they can have a gun and you can walk into a room with other humans and they'll turn around and it's just this person you can then, shoot them.
And then it can like, and then it
But
can
you
like
can pull
unlock
switches.
doors and that sort of thing. You can break into much smaller creatures to get through areas that you couldn't before. And then there's this whole other section to it, which I think is brilliant storytelling from what I think it is doing. So there's flashbacks, and it is, and you flashback as that lead, like the head of the research facility arriving at the. So you play as you flashback and you play as a human arriving at the research facility after all this has happened,
Oh, that's another classic horror
and
trope.
you
Where it all began.
totally
Yeah.
and. When you play as that person, this movement, which is so free and phenomenal and incredible, as the human, it is the most stilted. You can only go left or right. You can't jump. It is the slowest, weirdest walk. And you're walking through these levels as something that is a tenth of the size of that thing. So it takes you forever to get everywhere. And then you need to go accomplish a couple of things, and then the flashback ends, and there's a few
So
of
you're
them.
left desperate to be the monster again.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it makes
wow.
and it makes you go. Actually, the humans are the freakish thing in this game.
world, yeah.
It feels good to be the monster, and I think that like it's just such a great piece of storytelling. So those areas, you unlock abilities to be able to get through that sort of thing.
Oh, I see. So that's
Yeah.
the return.
Yeah.
I think. Cool. How far through it do you think you are?
I've played like 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
done the final flashback.
Oh, wow.
With the humans.
Yeah, right.
So
Oh,
I think I'm probably like
Oh,
half an hour before.
you're losing mass. You're getting tiny.
Oh my gosh.
You're
no!
alone.
Well, we have to demonstrate what happens when you die.
Yeah, that's true.
Good excuse.
Very cool.
So yeah, I am.
Oh, I'm back to being the blob.
You just got birthed again.
I am just massively into this game, and I really recommend everyone check it out because it's one of those games that could get lost in the shuffle at the moment. Devolver generally do like publish really cool things. I think it's this. I'm not sure this developer.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
No,
you
it's
smashed
true.
the man with the other man.
Yeah, that's what the men are for.
It's a man smash.
Gotta eat him.
And yeah, it's on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you already have this, and if not, it's on Steam and Switch. And apparently,
And
Switch
Gabe Newell needs a new pair of shoes,
he
baby.
does. He needs a new shirt.
Pair of
that's what he
Birkenstocks.
He needs a new shirt.
But
cool.
it's on Switch and it runs really well on Switch as
And
well.
I recommend.
This feels like it would be.
Can I recommend everyone doesn't play it with sound and makes their own sound effects?
I was just about to say, okay, it would be great if when you scream, it wasn't a horrifying.
That was
sound.
you. I was like, I just turned the volume up and you went.
I mean, I should probably be more scary than just like. But it's like.
No, I like it. I like
No,
it.
yeah, it needs to be.
That's your alpha wolf version of this monster.
I'll give you 4 sound effects that you can just grab, and then you can play them while you're playing the game. So this is the thing running.
Stephanie, you're
This is it.
You got a nice
We
clean
need
sound.
a clean.
Nice clean sound.
Sorry,
That
sorry.
one again.
sorry.
No
Okay,
way.
we're gonna have to clip these up. That's running. Running.
this
That was
is-
running.
This is screaming. And then this is
I think that was
this
your
is
voice clipping, not the mic.
so then this is eating someone.
Sorry, I did it again. This is really funny.
I just did it to cover the game. That was wonderful.
And then this is the sound of when I put a lovingly hateful tentacle up
How
against
damp that
the,
hand is.
up against the wall of the cubicle.
Oh, don't lick the road.
Come on.
Oh, I put my
Mate.
beard in that.
Why do you have to take it there?
Is this stall taken?
You can't take me anywhere. You can't take me anywhere. So
I
there
love
you go.
it.
Carrion. I love it,
Cool.
and I hope you love it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna
It
give
looks.
this a
It
lot
looks
more time.
That's all I have to
gooey.
say. I'll tell you what. Everyone not in this room who has to use this microphone thought that was bloody hilarious.
Wanna
Alrighty,
go to some art?
let's do some art.
Do some
Yeah.
art. It's our favorite part of the
some
show.
art.
Gus does art
All right.
in 15 minutes or less.
Oh, no, 10 minutes.
We might have to
less.
move out for Gussie to.
All right,
I'm
we'll do
gonna
that,
jump
and
up
I
help
need
him.
some cables.
Nick, I'll give you the single so you can explain what's about to happen as well.
Please. So this art is because we have so many of you amazing. I don't think you can get out that way. So many of you amazing patrons have donated and gone to patreon.com/backpocket. And Pete's just on my single, just leaning in front of my single without a care in the
Oh,
world.
wow. Full
They
crush,
have
full
gone
crush
there
shot.
and donated at a $50 tier or more a month, which is just phenomenal. And for that, you get your own anything from 50 above. We will turn you into a sponsor of the show with a logo and everything. And those logos are going to start being shown on the show once the first payment goes through and everyone starts getting charged. So the way we want to do this is make these live on stream for everyone who wants that. And if you don't, we can do it offline as well. We will get you on the phone if you're around, and if not, we have asked for the information from you guys to be able to give us a head start and be able to come up with some ideas. So if you want your own logo to be featured on the show, in segments, on TVs, when we start making merch, we could put logos on merch and that sort of thing, then become a $50 or higher subscriber patron on patreon.com/backpocket. And if you can't do that, just toss us that Amazon Prime sub, baby. Just give us that Amazon Prime Twitch sub. All
right,
is that enough plugging?
Yeah, come on
like
across.
That was a good
We got
plug. That was a
Gussie's
great
ready?
plug.
Gussie's ready?
I am.
Come on.
I wasn't
Mike,
sure if
stick
Gus
Gussie
was
up
going
on
to
the
be
main
ready,
screen.
so I had all of my Ghost of Tsushima screenshots.
Oh, hang
ready.
on. Gussie, give us 1 second.
Just in
There
case.
we
No,
go.
no, no,
That's
all
a
good.
nice
That's a good
one.
one.
That's
That's a
good.
nice one.
Go show us some. This is very practical.
This one's nice. Also,
loading
I
them
like
from Google
this one
Drive as
because
well.
it's a fox. One of the fox that I was telling you as well.
Yep, great. Those are very clear.
Yeah. Well, there's no close up on my face.
No.
So just squint.
Just the most pass-ag thing ever.
Let's go back to Gussie.
Am I coming through audio-wise?
You're coming through audio-wise,
It's
Gus. I've got
nice.
you on. I might turn you up a bit.
Isn't it beautiful? I think it's lovely.
Do you add the leaves?
I added the leaves.
But the leaves are in the game, like floating around all the time. as well,
Yes,
right?
but in this instance there were no leaves, so I added the leaves.
Okay, guys.
It's pretty amazing.
Time for my
I'm sorry.
art, not your art. Over
We were
there.
looking at some real art.
Before we go ahead,
Please, or let's swap positions.
I can exit the game.
before we go ahead, guys, I'm.
Discord, and I don't think Gus opened up Discord yet on that machine.
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, fair.
So let's open up Discord.
As we're going ahead, guys, I'm going to talk to you guys on the couch directly down the camera, so I don't keep doing this and look over there.
Yeah, cool.
Which is all good. One thing I
can see you
forgot from
looking at
last
us.
week's stream, guys,
yes.
was
what do you got for us?
I am drawing with a tablet, and there's a crucial piece of equipment that I forgot for last
Oh
week.
yeah, it's
So
disgusting.
I'm gonna enlarge that one there because never leave the house without your drawing glove, guys.
Oh my gosh, this is so gross.
this
Put
is
it on.
kinda gross.
Put it on really slowly.
Okay, because I'm drawing on a tablet, I got one of these, which is this
Yeah.
glove, but it's not
yeah.
a
Oh,
full-fingered
that's
glove.
good.
It's a two-fingered glove.
Each finger.
yeah,
So
bet
it's
it
like
is.
a
Get it in.
weird
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
How does it feel, Gus? How does it feel in your hand?
I mean, it feels great. That's the thing.
This
so the
is
point
like a
is,
combination of unpeely and me licking the microphone.
like, the logical sense is that when I'm using the screen, which is glass, I can glide this hand over the top like that, and it doesn't smudge with all my
Yeah,
sweaty
this is
hands.
your specific kink. You don't need to explain.
It's my kink,
It's
and
fine.
you know, that's what I do.
So Nick, you'll be able to pull people from on hold into the.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So,
And just quickly, one more note. For anyone who watched last week as well, we did. I believe
you got 'em.
It was Brandon. We did a penguin. So that is Brandon's penguin getting bad reception because of he's in a hole in the
NBN hole.
NBN, which we represented. And just so everyone knows, that was what we drew on stream. And then for everyone that we do these for, we go and clean them up.
Party
and
pass.
then that is the one that we supplied to
Oh,
Brandon.
Look
that's
at that.
Nice.
So
So
I'll- I'll
On the
professional.
glasses.
So
everyone
the
will have
reason I'm
glasses
saying this
because
is
the
'cause
reflections are pro ed.
These are like speed sketches that we'll do that will get a bit messy, but take solace in the fact that the finished one will look a little more polished.
That's all
like
he's
this.
got.
He's not going to be able to maintain this. So
No, I
With
will.
that
I'll be fine. I'm not going to have a
We're-
breakdown. I
we're
promise.
Should I turn his
setting a
mic off for this?
standard that he's not going to be able to maintain.
This
You
didn't
get a
take me long
bajillion-
because all the groundwork had been
guys,
done.
welcome to working with Gus.
This didn't take long. Only 2 days. No.
It's not that he can't maintain it. It's that there is not enough time in the day to maintain all
Very
the
true.
things he needs to maintain. So the first person we want to do a logo of is James Buzzard.
Cool.
James Buzzard.
Jamesy
If
Buzzard.
you are in the chat right now, make yourself known.
And if you're in Discord, jump into on hold.
Jump into on
But
hold.
we've got your spiel already.
We
so
do
you
have your
can
spiel.
Run off the spiel.
Oh,
is
not
that him already?
Not an angel? Is that you? Is this James? James, I hope this is you. We actually have no way to verify this is you. We should have thought that through.
Should have thought that through. We should have asked for the Discord name in
Pocketeer role.
Yeah.
I mean, they legally can get in that channel, so it must be.
Let's find out.
Talon Thorne says we need a Gus self-care segment.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do?
Oh, let's
Yeah.
do this one.
Okay, I've got a plan.
Yeah.
Hello, caller. Are you on the air? Hello.
Caller.
Hello.
They've just gone to get a drink really quick.
Okay. Oh no, that's them. That's not them. It's Akarash because
Hey,
that
that's
was
Akarash.
that was I was gonna give them a quiz about.
Akarash.
James, you there?
Akrash just left.
Oh, this is just the
leave?
tension's
Come back.
killing me.
James. James, it was
They keep leaving.
James. What are you doing?
They're like, stop pulling me.
We want you
Draw
on
a
air.
Very indecisive logo. I can't hear him. They're going to be
They're
walking in and out of
probably
chat.
like-
Okay,
They're leaving to sort their mic out.
that could be
Ah,
it.
They're
right.
like, stop pulling me back.
That could
Well, we
be
have
it.
seen.
Yeah, maybe. Do you want to just read the spiel? Let's let him give him a minute.
cool.
You read the spiel for us.
James Buzzard, nickname is Buzz.
Okay, can work with that.
35 years old, is a technology strategist.
I
So,
went to school with this bloke, I think.
really?
I have a feeling. it's someone I went to school with a year above me.
A
Name rings a bell.
35-year-old who works in tech.
Name.
Describe yourself in 3 words. Cook, gamer, geek.
So Melbourne based?
Yep. Lives in an area
is.
with a lot of greenery. Likes food, wine, games, technology, skiing, and sailing. So foodie,
Okay.
techie, and rich sporty.
Rich. Ah, I can
Like
relate.
skiing and sailing. That's
Ah,
not
yes.
for the poor, Steph.
I mean, I feel like I want to date this person. James, are you single?
To be fair, she didn't say she wanted to divorce you. She just said she also wanted to date someone.
That's very true.
So this is what I think the logo has to be.
I'm listening.
Weird fact about yourself. I have a third nipple, and no, you cannot see it. So I think it should be a Buzz Lightyear helmet, but
I'm
instead of
already-
a head, it's a nipple.
But the what? Sorry.
Instead of Buzz's face, it's a nipple.
A whole nipple for a head.
A whole nipple head.
That's
What
not
I
fair
like
for
about
anyone
this
who
is
wants
it
it
has
as
a visor,
logo.
so it's going to have some nice reflections in the front.
So we can do like, I mean, I worry that this person might have been called Buzz their whole life and therefore hates Buzz Lightyear. As anyone who's assimilated their name.
Well, we
with a
don't
logo of
know,
uniform.
and
But we don't
can't
know
answer
because
that
they're not
question
on chat
for you
yet.
at the moment.
We can just power on.
So just
there?
forge ahead.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
There
Akrash
was
is there.
some technical difficulties.
Akarash, when you figured out the Discord, just jump back
in
into
on
on hold and we'll drag you up.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay,
I don't know if I want to do a nipple for a head. It's just going to be a nipple in a space helmet.
What
well,
if it's got like Buzz's suit, at least in the Toy Story Buzz, has like pecs.
Oh, yeah.
What if it
Yeah,
has
yeah.
Oh,
three
like
pecs?
like Batman.
So instead of three,
Batman
nipples, it's got three
Forever.
boobs.
Oh, I see
that's
what you're
not
getting
bad.
at.
3
Yeah.
pecs.
Three pecs.
We should set a timer too because we have to
Yeah.
get through it, like 3 of these tonight, and we've got like 15 minutes for each. So I get
So
lost
we're
in
thinking
these.
3 peck Buzz Lightyear.
And we
Start
finished in
with that.
24 minutes.
God.
Who likes food, wine, games, technology, skiing, sailing,
Are we
cooking.
talking like a middle peck?
Yeah.
I was thinking 2 pecs, but then there's just like one of them has like an extra nipple on it.
So here's my question: if you is the peck always attached to a nipple?
There's that
Is
brush.
it like do they
Can I
come?
only say I feel uncomfortable
them in,
putting
yeah.
nipples on any logos that I work on because they just look like 3 boobs.
It does look like
that's
3
good.
boobs.
James,
That's
are you
good.
there? Oh no, he's jumped back out. Maybe the
damn.
permission.
Maybe men nipples can just be
there
this.
like
If there's a mod in Discord, can you check the permission? Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, it's just
Yeah, just very
quiet.
very quiet.
right.
You wanna
Pump him
pump
up.
his volume in the in Discord.
Hang on a second. We're just going to turn you up.
Max,
Speak to me.
I'm going to do shiny pecs.
There you go.
Hi.
There we go.
Hi,
How
hi,
are you, buddy?
hi.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah, good.
Sorry,
Sorry, we're testing
trying to
levels.
join on
Can
my-
you sing? Can you recite your school song for us?
No, what about our motto?
Yeah.
I'm going to start, and if he gets
No,
every second word,
We're trying to get his volume.
Or
et labora. And what does it mean in Latin?
Oh, Christ. I
Yeah,
can't
no, I'm
remember
with you.
that
It's
now.
like work and play or one of those things.
Oh,
yeah.
my
it
my
was a
school motto
stupid
was
thing, wasn't
was fortiter et suaviter, which means strong and gentle,
Oh, that's nice.
which is a classic girls' school model.
Yes.
Strong and gentle, but don't make a
yeah.
And
scene.
we had a school song that was like strong and gentle, the words by which we live.
God.
So Akarash,
Stupid,
Akarash,
isn't it?
Akarash.
I say Akarash.
Akarash.
Akarash,
I
okay,
like it.
Yeah, me too.
So-
how do you like where we're headed so far?
It's a worry.
Yeah, well, I was trying to join when you were saying that, like, Buzz Lightyear may have hated it. I used to get called that a lot, and I didn't like it 100%. But yeah, I kind of like where we're heading with the...
If you're over it, we can change
We
it.
could make it Buzz Aldrin.
Is he dead
Oh,
yet?
man.
Is he racist?
Whatever. No, he's still around.
No, he's still around.
He's still around.
Well, I can't think of any other. Like, we could make it a bee with a third nipple.
I'm worried about the nipple thing, guys.
Oh, that buzzes.
Oh, that'd be pretty funny.
How do you feel about a bee? What do you prefer, bee or Buzz Lightyear?
Probably a B.
A bee.
Yeah,
So
bee.
far through with
Just
the
to make
buzz
us
already.
To be fair, I think we're massively infringing some Disney copyright as
Yeah,
well.
okay,
I
fair
agree.
call,
So
fair
that's
call.
probably
Let's go
an
with
issue.
a bee. A bee is cute. I think we like cute animals as a basic rule.
That seems to be
Is
it.
that going to be everyone's in the future? Okay, but before I start on the B, like, what do we want to? Sorry, hi James. By the way, nice to hear from you again after 12 years or wherever we were at school together. Do you remember me? Because it would be weird if I just remember you.
I used to do theatre with you, man.
What was that?
Used to
I
do
used to
theatre
do
together.
Theatre. Like,
I
we
did
used to,
theatre?
like, do backstage stuff. Yeah,
Backstage.
Backstage, where
we
you
did
belong.
backstage stuff.
That's why we put
Hang
it
on.
there.
Take this call off the air.
Didn't make it through any auditions.
No, look, so I know, like, I remember you from school, and I always saw you from, like, Good Game and that.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, we have a lot of mutual friends, but yeah, I haven't seen you in...
I think you were the year above me.
Years, yeah.
Have you been to
I
your
was about
school
the year above
reunion, Gus?
I have. I went to a 10-year.
Were you in the same year?
I
The
didn't.
two of
No,
you?
I think he was the year above.
Oh, it was the year above.
James,
Okay.
have you been biding your time for like 10 years until the perfect opportunity to technically become Gus's employer?
Oh, of course. That's my heart's ambition.
Okay, so where we're headed is a bee,
Was it?
3 nipples, and I would argue 3 pecks on a bee. But I did like the glass of wine that it had as well.
I think
which
we
implies
definitely
that
need
the bee's
that.
a bit of a lush.
A little bit of class, a little bit of, yeah.
I like it. I like
Okay.
it.
Well, Gus knows how wanky our school was,
Maybe
so probably...
It was, yeah. We were
I
a
think we
fancy.
should put a reference to the fact that this bee likes to sail. So
Okay.
maybe the bee has something nautical about him.
Oh, blue and white stripes.
Blue and white stripes. Oh, that's great.
the bee man.
And maybe
not
like
a
he
bit
has
of
a little
black flag?
captain's hat. Or did we put
James,
a-
prepare for us to take this and run and leave you in the wayside as we. Sorry, I missed that one from you guys. Say again, or from James?
Jamesy, let's hear it.
I was saying, like, Assassin's Creed Black Flag is one of my favorite games.
Oh, so he likes pirate stuff. Maybe a pirate
bee-
hat.
Yeah, he's got a sword and
And a goblet of wine.
and a pirate hat.
And a pirate hat.
And a pirate hat. He's got antennas, guys. Why would you give me?
Don't
No,
forget.
that
Poking
you
through the
can
hat.
make them-
Poking
them
through the
poke
hat.
Through the hat.
Yeah.
And don't
Do
forget
it,
the
Gus.
3 pecks.
Make it hat.
The 3 pecs. Okay, sorry.
So important.
You know what? Brandon was really upset about the human feet, and we had to talk you out of that. And I feel like the 3 pecs is going in that direction.
No. Okay. James?
No one wants weird stuff on their little logo.
All they want.
James, do you want some weird stuff on your logo?
No. He doesn't.
I'm cool with weird stuff as long as it's not like so dodgy I can't display it in normal.
No. It's
subtle
going to be
third
a
We're doing
Like,
this live on the
like,
internet. If
like 3 boobs on the front of your character?
No. Excuse, we live in a sexist world where it's fine to show male pecs as much as you want. They're not boobs.
Aren't
they
all
are
bees
allowed to be
female?
shown
They
wherever.
need to be very square.
Aren't all bees female, or am I getting that
Free
wrong?
the nipple.
No, the queen is.
Free
No,
the
they're all
bee
male.
Free the bee nip.
Lord of Time 2010 says, please review games. Dude, you've come to the wrong stream.
Watch me draw bee nipples and nothing else.
Okay, so where we've landed, we think, James, and feel free to veto anything that you don't like. You're a bee with blue and white stripes.
Yep.
You have a pirate's hat on your head. You have a goblet of wine and maybe a sword, Gus.
Coming in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huzzah.
And you've got 3 magnificent bee pecs.
And again, this will be. Is it a cutlass? What do they have?
A cutlass, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good, man.
It
Look
will
at
be
There you
a
saw
bit more of that, isn't it? It will be cleaned up and maybe readjusted slightly. It's gonna
I hope it'll be cleaned
Well,
up because this
tell you
isn't
what.
worth $50.
What if his butt is a cutlass rather than a
Oh,
stinger?
or a peg leg. A peg leg butt. Peg leg butt. Peg leg butt.
Hang on, the
That's
butt.
pretty cute. Like it's a little wooden stinger.
Yeah. Little wooden.
Yes, I love that. That's so cute.
Yeah, and then wings, and then like you're done.
James, how are you feeling?
Yeah, what does James think about
I
it?
like it.
You like it?
I like it. Yeah.
I will more masculinize the pec so it just doesn't look like it. It's weird.
They're a hard
It's a
thing
bit
to draw.
Total Recall right now, but that's all right.
What if
It's a bit
hang on,
what?
hang
Total
on.
Recall. Yeah.
Can I make a
thinking of.
suggestion?
I was like,
Can I make one final suggestion?
Yes, you may
To make-
one.
Yeah, it's them.
My suggestion is let's go with like a Mills and Boone flowing shirt. That's a pirate, the white cotton,
Oh,
the
yeah.
white linen shirt that's
Yeah.
open. So it gives like an air of masculinity, but it keeps. So we've got 3 bee
keeps it a little bit covered.
Yes.
A little
Covers
bit
it up a
covered.
I
little
like
bit.
Yep.
I like how you like it gives an air of masculinity and the middle will have a really big boob.
Big boob in the middle, but yeah, it just helps with that a little.
I like it.
And I might chuck that over there.
Yeah, cool.
Fantastic.
I love it.
All right, well, I think we've done with this one. Obviously, Gus is going to go away during the week
make it
and turn this into the sort of like penguin level quality that we're used to seeing.
Yeah,
Yep.
please. Apologies that we're not going to go into full coloring for all of these ones because we're going to get through a few more.
But this is more entertaining for the audience as well
It's
to kind of see the.
It's
essence.
everyone's fault for subbing at that level.
That is a
We've got
problem.
so many to get through.
And I would encourage everyone to continue subbing
Yeah,
at that
me
level.
too.
And in fact, if you aren't, like, seriously, what's wrong with you? What else are you spending your money on these days? You're not going to cafes. You're not going to the movies. Take that cafe movie money and pump it into busty bees.
final suggestion or final addition just to Buzzers before he heads off is
Yep.
I reckon just behind him we're going to have the hint of a crest, and that crest
Of
is
the
going to
school.
have
Oh,
some ribbons on the
nice.
back
I
of
like
it.
that.
Don't do
And
it.
yeah, you know what that
Yeah.
is. You know
He's
what that
fine
is.
with the nipples, but he's like, if you put my skull in there, I will.
That is
cut you.
that is a nightmare.
It's going to be Aura et Labira.
Oh,
Yeah,
remember
probably
how
everyone's gonna look that up and just call me a wanker? Or
I mean, dude, I was a theater kid in school, so for me, if I was in your position now, it would be like, this is such a cool moment in my life where like a really talented drawer is drawing the personification of me, and then he ruined it by reminding me of the 12 worst
school.
years of my life.
Done.
Exactly.
That will be fixed up and posted and packaged to you, James, in a far more suitable form. I promise.
awesome.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you very
guys.
much, dude.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for being a patron, mate. Really appreciate it.
And
Anytime.
do you have anything that you want to share with the world while you're here?
No, just loving the fact that you guys are back and really enjoying. I'm in Melbourne lockdown and just locked down at home, so being able to be part of this community is awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you, dude.
Champion.
No chance.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for your support, and thank you for bringing this bee into our lives.
I know I promised I wouldn't color it, but it's going to be blue and black striped at the back.
All right.
Because our school color was blue as well.
Stop mining in school.
Remember school?
Okay, thanks, James.
Seriously.
Cheers, mate.
He's forging a new connection.
See you, dude.
Bye.
All right. So that's number 1 done. Number 2, Tim Buchalka.
Yeah.
Tim, if you are in the chat right now, you
Tim's
are.
not going to be on.
We don't know.
What's- Oh, okay.
He said he probably wouldn't be, but because he's a busy man.
Well, if Tim
But if Tim
wants
is
to
around.
be on voice, Tim can jump into on hold.
Sorry.
On the chat. in the Discord, and if not, I will continue on and give you a little info about Tim.
Well, this one's a
What's the
worry, isn't it?
spiel?
So this one, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
Because this one is actually for a real business that he owns.
Oh.
So he has donated at the Pete?
$250
tier,
Yep.
which is just phenomenal. So
damn.
Tim will also have naming rights over a segment of the show. Tim will have a commercial made about him, and
Yep.
Tim will have this logo made about him. So Tim has a business called the Learn Programming Academy. So this is a website where you go for online courses about learning to program.
Cool.
I think I know he's based in Australia.
Learn, what's it called again? The
Learn Programming Academy, LPA.
Says what it does in the name,
okay.
and I think
Okay.
that's a
Absolutely.
smart
And the
business
website is really cleanly set up. It's a really good business. It's like click through,
Totally.
buy the course that you want, and he does it all from home as well. So it's
move.
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's created a link as well. If you're interested in learning from home from Tim, and from what we can tell, Tim is doing pretty well for himself with that business. Seems
Is
to
it
be
the 250
roaring
tier? I
ahead.
hope he is.
LPA.dev/back pocket will take you to the website. So LPA.dev/back pocket. So Tim is 56. He is the owner and course creator of the LPA. 3 words to describe him: funny, geeky, and logical.
I like it.
Interests: programming, helping others get into programming, and gaming, which technically is just entertaining programming.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
He fears zombies,
As
Okay.
we all.
Yeah. Okay.
and he is probably...
He has an exposed
Here's
brain.
Zombies smiley face.
That's true.
Yeah.
So do you
Those
So
think
he
are-
has a sort of lagging affection for them at the same time, I think.
that could definitely be it. And then he says that he's probably been programming longer than most people watching a show have been alive.
Yep. Fair.
That sounds true.
So
Old school, I like it.
okay, so
But it's going to be used as a real logo, so pressure's on.
well, a real logo for our show, not for him.
Okay.
He's already got hella branding all over his.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
good,
yeah,
good,
yeah.
good.
It's
good,
more
good,
that
good.
it's more that like some like
This one's that with a bit of spunk.
exactly yeah.
He wants it to represent his company when he's representing himself in the Discord pocket.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say
out,
something
guys.
that might offend Tim. And I love Tim.
And you love offending people.
Tim, you're getting old. And I think an old zombie could be a good starting point. I don't think it
Okay.
needs to be there. I know that he hates zombies.
I was about to do a brain, so it's
Actually,
zombie.
Why
What
are
if
you
it
always
was?
tapping into people's worst fears
Yeah.
and making them
like
confront
my
them?
my initial reaction to that was
Literally my only talent.
the fact that he hates zombies. Means that he probably has a very exposed brain.
Can I jump
that's
in
all
there,
they're
Pete?
after.
massive programming brain.
Yeah.
That is delicious. It's got a little bit
He's
of
Mars
parsley on
attacks.
top.
Look, Gus is already on it.
Parsley.
Yes.
He's Mars attacks, and he's got a dome covering his precious soft brain.
Yep.
And he's got like a beautiful mind, like that's where he does his like programming on it. So some code on there as well. Gus, write some code.
No, I was
So-
doing. It's in a jar. Like it's the dome is liquid. It's always in the formaldehyde.
So maybe what he's doing is he's furiously programming.
And he's a computer.
And he's furiously programming, and code is spewing out of that and forming some sort of barrier. And there's just like zombie hands. So if you did a circle or something, there's zombie hands coming out of it, and the code is like the barrier between the zombie
Protecting him from the
and
undead.
and old Tim.
Okay.
Yeah.
what does Tim look like underneath the brain in the jar? Like that's where we need.
Well, there is a picture of him on his website.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I didn't mean like him physically. Like you said, he's a computer. So is this plugged into the dome brain?
I was thinking like, think about this, right? Think
But
about
he does
think
say
about
it's
it.
funny. So I
Think
don't
about a
think
CRT monitor.
Oh yeah.
He knows what we're talking about. None of the audience remembers cathode ray tubes.
Yeah.
But a CRT monitor, the processor in it.
You're old as well.
I know that's why I know what they are. The processor for this computer is the brain on top of the CRT.
I get that.
And he's got little paws, apparently. Oh no, that's
No,
a zombie
these are
trying
zombie
to get
hands.
in.
Sorry,
Zombie
I'm just
hand.
while you're
Okay.
talking, I'm just doing zombie hands.
Commander Red Jonks in the chat says we're just building a Cyberman here, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
And then Calypso Moon says make it a boomer zombie hacker.
Yeah.
I can only
love
make these
that.
jokes because I'm getting old too. It's fine.
I
Yeah,
quite like Boomer Zombie Hacker. I think that's cool.
Boomer zombie hacker.
Hacker.
Okay, well I've drawn this, and I'm like, are you saying, Pete? From what I was getting, it's kind of like he I'm not going to get it right. The
Okay. What
I
if,
think
what
he
if
should. I think he should. Personally, I think he should have a face, like a human.
the face was
Well,
going.
I think the monitor should have a face and it should be spewing out the code that's protecting him.
Oh, interesting.
I just feel like we want it to represent his business in a positive way.
Well,
And this looks
what I
just
like is that all the hands are
really
going for the
scary.
brain. As you
I feel
said.
like we should make him a cool like zombie guy in a suit, and he's coding at the same time, but he looks happy about it.
I mean,
okay.
I'm at the point where I don't start redrawing if I've gotten to a
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, a certain point.
No,
Look,
I take.
I've put my feelings on the table, and that's
no,
how I feel.
appreciate it.
I take Steph's point that because I think that the CRT monitor is a little like it dehumanizes him.
Yeah, but if you
Yeah,
tried to
yeah,
draw
yeah.
a computer these days, it's just a monitor.
No.
You're
But
saying being a computer at
I'm
all.
what
just
could he
saying-
possibly have other than a computer for a head, Gus? What other kind of head could a
Human.
human possibly have?
Human head.
What about a banana head? No. What about a human head?
Okay, what if the picture on the screen
Yeah, was his human head.
was a banana head? Are we
So-
going too far?
Okay, so I reckon I
That
think
sad banana from before.
I reckon Pete was totally on it at the beginning, and
then he
it
lost
should
it somewhere along the
It should
way.
be Tim, like proud, knows what he's doing because he's like awesome at programming.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't have the top of his skull.
Yeah.
And the brain, I think, should be overflowing. It's so big and juicy and like awesome because it's so filled with programming, and it should have an LPA tattoo, like tattooed onto the brain.
Like a brand, like a cattle
stamp.
brand.
Yeah.
Can I might make a hard and fast rule here.
Yeah.
That I feel like my caricatureness of people specifically to look like them is not great, takes a little bit of time.
That's
so
why
I do think like being able to anthropomorphize objects for people's logos
What if it's the
going
back
forward
of him
might be
doing-
a huge
But that's
help.
why I think it should be a zombie. I think it should be a zombie and he's like looks happy and he's coding and his brain is exposed and there's code coming out of it. But it's also like you look at that and you're like, I want to be like that guy who's coding.
What's
Dead.
what's the general vibe in chat at the moment?
Yeah, let's get because
I'm going to run into a
We're,
lot of
we're pulling Gussie too many ways, and he's got to do a big.
No, we're good. I just think like let's steer clear of doing people accurately because I might have.
Well, I didn't think accurate, just like
Fourth
man.
Reaper says human feet on the CRT.
Oh God.
Matt Flap says severed human feet. Fezman says where are the human feet?
We've started something and we can't finish it now. Oh dear.
So Gus and I'm not going to push you. And if you say you don't want to do like you don't want to feel like you're drawing it too much like him, but I think it would be okay to just be like man.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Like
no,
it doesn't need to
100%,
look
100%.
like him.
Yeah, that's happening right now. I think.
Is man?
He's got giant eyeballs.
De Cruz says his brain jar is full of human feet.
No.
I like that. You know what that looks like? That looks like a slow loris.
What?
Do you know they eat birds? They sneak
Gus,
up in
you don't
birds
have
and
time
choke
for
them.
you don't have time for trivia.
Damn it! Stop telling us about birds all
Okay,
the time with the
It
bird
does, though.
facts.
It looks like a slow loris. And slow loris is adorable, so I feel like this is already going in the best direction possible.
Yeah, he's pretty cute.
What's a slow loris?
Oh,
Look up
it
a picture. Hang on.
No, I can't do that.
We can't see it.
Slow loris like that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and make a cute.
How do
zombie.
you spell it?
It's not easy.
that's it.
So everyone else can. No,
L-O-R-I-S.
L-O-R-I-S.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah,
like a if anyone's seen the THX, I think
Yeah.
it was a lemur.
Yeah.
But it's like, or maybe it was a slow
No,
loris.
people called it a lemur, but it
But
was
it was
actually
a slow loris.
loris.
There you go. If anyone's seen the THX sound to the vision of a small mammal,
With
I
big
assume a
eyes.
mammal,
Going beep.
opening its eyes like slowly at first and then and then
I
they
think
really
they're a creature that needs to be protected that is often kept as a pet but shouldn't be because
That
they're
is
very
true.
sensitive to daylight.
There's going to be slow loris king soon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Gus? Yeah, see, I feel like this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
it.
We're onto
This is it.
Oh, see, I love this so much more already.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is cool.
He's using the CRT. Everything's involved. What a
He's
hero.
coding. He's coding.
And his code's going to be
And all of the hands are trying to get at the code because they want to learn
from his brain.
from his
Oh my
brain.
God.
They want to learn from his brain.
So they're
Yes.
not actually,
They
they're not
just-
only just
We
zombies,
did
They're
they're
just
Yes.
teenagers who have stayed up all night trying to learn how to code
trying
and
to
they need
subscribe
help.
to his website, which
Yeah.
you can find at lpa.dev/backpocket.
If a mod can spam that in the Nightbot, LP, what is it? LPA.
Dev, DEV /Back Pocket. Fourth Reaper in the chat says, it looks like Tommy from Rugrats got a lobotomy.
Oh my god, that is so accurate.
It's so spot on. unintentional and a real worry.
No, I love it.
God.
I love it, Gus.
Dude,
I
that's
love
sick.
the big eyes.
Can I-
Because
cool.
he looks like very engaged in what he's doing.
I think you're onto it. I think we can move on from this.
Well, I just wanted one
Sick.
more thing. Specifically, this is for Pete and Nick. Like, we need to show that he's...
Feet.
We need... Sorry? No, we need to show that he's having a great...
Don't high five that.
Just to show that he's
Oh
part
no!
of a company logo.
He had to
guy.
put a great big ball of cheese on there.
Should we
we go.
reveal?
We know that he's smart because he's got a
struggle?
light bulb.
Nah, it's not worth it.
we go.
That's a talk for another. We can explain that in the
We'll come back to
post
that.
show.
Yeah,
Let's talk
okay.
about it in the post show.
Yeah, okay.
Bit of
I don't know what
tease
I don't know what
there.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited to
Just
learn
put a
about
light
That's gonna
bulb
go
on
in the
this,
post-show
and
chat.
There was some
There was a
stuff.
whole
story.
thing.
Okay.
That was the thing.
Done. Cool.
I was about to say, like, when you were like deep throating the microphone, I was like, save something for the post show.
Steph,
That looks sick, man. That's gonna come together
I
so well.
have.
Oh god.
Gus,
gonna
the
come
last
together
thing
so
I would say is, can we just put LPA in there or
Yeah, yeah,
learning
yeah.
programming?
All
academy or
right, maybe
something?
we'll get
Yeah,
rid of
yeah.
the light bulb
Put
and
it in
put
there.
that up
Put
there, shall
LPA
we?
as
And then finally, Girl Poke says, draw 3 nipples on him. All right.
We will get like some branding and some names and stuff onto
Yeah,
everyone's final
that's gonna look sick.
at the same.
Congratulations to Tim. And thank you very much,
Timmy, thanks, man.
for your incredible donation.
Yes, thank you
We're
so
gonna be
much.
working our way through your reward
Tick.
tiers, but we are well
give
on the
yourself
way to
a
the first
tick.
one.
And make sure you go check out his website as well because that sounds like amazing work.
If you're interested in coding at all, it is really clearly set up. I have no interest in
Oh, totally.
coding because I'm sure I'd be shit at it. But there are so many people out there who would like benefit from that service for sure.
Oh, it's basically, when I looked at it, I was like, it's masterclass for coding.
yeah.
So that's what
I bought Steph a masterclass.
I
the
have one
full
too.
year. I haven't watched a single thing.
No, but okay,
good.
it coincided me with starting an actual writing course, and the masterclass was to like give me writing inspiration. So I will get to it. I was just focused on the actual.
But we should watch all the other stuff.
Yeah, I want
so much
to.
stuff.
You can learn how to make the crunchy part of the lasagna.
I've
from
done that.
Massimo Bottura.
I've done that.
You can
But
make
what-
it.
you know what you
I've
can't
watched
do?
so much. I do so much cooking.
Did you
thanks to
make it?
Masterclass.
You know what
Was
you can't
it
do?
crunchy?
I haven't made it yet, but
You know
I've
what you
done
can't
all
do?
of it. What?
Look up how to code.
That's true.
And for that, LPA.
Oh,
Dot
Alright,
dev
way to keep us
slash
back on
back
track.
pocket.
time, guys.
Alright.
We're
Let's
almost
move
at the
to
end
the
of the
third
show,
one.
which means
the final
One more.
drawing is Laura Finch. Laura
Okay.
Finch, are you in the chat?
now Laura, I believe, is the username.
Yeah. No, Laura is her name.
Laura is her name.
But I don't, is Laura going to appear tonight as Laura?
Or
Or
Neil E. Falik.
Nearly Falik?
Because
Oh my God, I just got it.
Laura Finch is a drag
'Cause of-
king.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
drag king.
So Laura, if you are in chat, or Neil, if you're in chat as well. Ah, yes! Neil.
Neil.
As
Neil.
Neil.
It's
According
Neil.
to this, it's
Okay,
Neil.
yes.
We've got Neil coming in.
Neil, are you there? Neil?
Neil?
Yes. Yeah.
How are you?
Doing?
I am fabulous.
Good.
Excellent.
So thank you very much for your donation. Very excited to be jumping into this one. I've got a list. I've got the form that you filled out for us. But do you want to tell us a little, like, some interesting stuff about yourself?
That you would like to see in logo form.
Sure. So I'm a Newcastle-based drag king.
Awesome.
I've only been performing for about a year. Just as sort of everything started getting going, and I was hopefully going to get paid gigs. Corona happened.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
Yep. So I've mostly been doing most of my content sort of online, doing videos, learning how to edit and do all that sort of stuff,
Yep.
which never had any experience doing that before, so that's been fun. Yeah, just sort of love what I do. Wasn't something I ever really thought, like 2 years ago, would not have ever thought that this was what I'd be doing.
And
But-
did you see? Did you like sort of see a bunch of drag king performances, and it sort of spoke to you?
Yeah, well, actually, I saw a drag queen perform.
Okay.
So Newcastle, there weren't really any drag kings, and I kind of saw that performance and just went, "Wow, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be."
That's awesome, because I didn't know drag kings were a thing until I moved to Newtown, and I would see a regular drag king show at the Sly Fox.
Yeah.
I think on Thursday
Yeah,
nights,
most-
and
most
it was
people don't
wild
know.
and very sexy and confusing, I have to say.
Well, I
You know what? That's what we aim for.
Yeah.
It's like the 7 feet.
yeah.
I feel like sexy and confusing, right, Steph?
No.
Okay.
So Neil,
I
let's.
get a little bit used by the drag queens sometimes. So
Yeah, fair.
Let's get Gussie started. Where do you want him to go?
I don't know. I kind of trust Gus.
Yeah, me too.
I wouldn't, personally.
So I have a question that might lead. So, as a drag king, do you perform as perform as male celebrity persona? Like, do you dress up as like Elvis or something, or do you have original characters?
So I perform as Neil typically. I do have a video that's actually going to be airing on Sunday where there may be a few celebrity personas that I'm going to be taking on.
Nice.
Say maybe Freddie.
Where's that happening?
Oh, Freddie.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Where's this happening?
So it's going to be happening on my so it's happening on Twitch. So
Yep.
it's called Drag TV.
Awesome.
It's a Canadian-based.
Is that just twitch.tv/drag TV? Is that the channel?
Oh, we lost Neil.
Oh, no, we lost
disappeared.
Neil.
But I'm going to look it up right now.
Yep.
So, well, I feel like that's. I don't know if that's it. We'll wait for.
Oh, back in on hold. Still there?
Hey.
They've lost me.
Yep. No,
Yeah,
we can hear
We can
you.
hear you. We can hear you.
Oh,
We could hear you. Don't go.
is the server kicking him out?
Maybe.
Oh no.
I don't know. Hello.
Hello. I'm
Yeah.
back.
Hey,
Cool.
there we go.
So what's the Twitch URL for that one?
So it's drag_TV.
Drag
cool.
TV.
So then
Yeah.
I feel like if you mainly perform as Neil E. Falik, which is such a phenomenal name.
Well, we've already got a
But does
drag racer coming up.
Well, look, no, that was just like
Gus has found a
was
pun
a-
and he's
for the
running
right
with it.
I'm well aware of.
but does Neil have any defining features?
Yeah.
Like sideburns, some wacky hair?
His facial hair. So he has a quite prominent Freddy mustache.
I was
Yeah.
just getting.
Gosh, nice.
Like the full handlebar?
But he also has a pretty solid goatee as well.
Goatee. Okay, nice.
You're already there.
I checked Instagram. Yeah.
yeah,
all
yeah,
good.
Nice.
And I was thinking, I mean, again, I'm open to whatever we're happy with here. But Freddie, did he hold a flag or no? He held the did like the
Union Jack?
no. It was like
Oh,
the,
you're gonna do the mic stand?
Oh,
he's
right.
like he's like
Oh
the-
yeah, he
the
always
mic-
had
the
a
good old
mic.
mic stand,
Yeah,
yep.
but it didn't have a bottom on it.
yeah, no bottom.
It was just the stick and the microphone.
Yeah.
got it. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
And there was like a jacket with buckles.
Yeah, he was wearing
Yes,
the big yellow jacket in that.
The big yellow jacket. Yeah.
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 So that's actually
Nice.
the outfit that I'm actually wearing in the video as well.
Oh,
Dude? Yeah, perfect.
Are you gonna do some singing?
Like real singing or just lip
Are you gonna sing as Freddie?
Yeah.
Well, typically in drag
gonna
performance,
belt that out?
you mime to music.
Yeah, okay, right.
I typically mime, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It's like there's already a lot of work going into
Yeah, totally.
the look that to also do the singing. That's intense.
And to
I
chase that voice.
once saw a performance where like two women wore like large plush suits that when combined created a full vagina. It was it was really exciting. It was really exciting. But their heads were the
Clip.
yes.
You're allowed to say that.
I know, but I wanted you to say it.
This is not ABC Kids.
Can I just say, like, okay,
have
so
one?
again, I just went ahead with this, but we can totally come back and change some stuff. So putting a Freddie Mercury sing along in a drag car, hooning along, but I've got a spare hand. So what?
What should be, Freddie has a microphone in one hand. What should be in Freddie's other hand, or,
What else
or
do you want
Neil's
to be
other
doing?
hand?
Represent Neil, I think.
Neil.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I could say something not safe for work, but you know, that's
Say
probably
it.
not the best.
Say it.
This is yours.
Oh, look, well,
it's gonna be your logo, so
he's well endowed.
A big black dildo.
Okay, so get rid of the car, or at least have a dick pointing out of the end of that car.
hang on. What about if the front of the engine?
Is this
The
going to
engine
breach any
bar.
terms of
What if
service
what
with
if
any
the
of
what if
she
the
wants to use it?
Triumph, what if the Jaguar sitting on the bonnet is like a semi-erect phallus?
I'm with that.
Oh, can we draw that on Twitch?
I'm 100% down with that.
What
Okay,
It
maybe
would
we'll
need to
draw
be
that off
pixelated.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Hang on.
But I will say, are you okay with the drag car? Are we happy with the drag?
Sorry, yeah, that might have just been an assumption.
Because Gus was just kind of doodling there while he was thinking of something. Does that define you, or would
what?
you like something
You know
else?
what? I'm down with that.
You are?
You are?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Play on words. Play on words.
So we
Oh, Gus, we got you a Pock-art.
I know.
Yeah, cool.
so we won't draw Falik. but we will imply it somehow.
Let's imply it somehow. Yeah.
I like that is the defining feature of him. Is that true of Freddie Mercury? I don't know.
What's that?
That he had to be
well-endowedness.
Or is this just Neil?
Well, no, that's just me. That's just
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
right.
Okay. Oh, can I ask as well, because the pun of the name is incredible. Oh, we've lost her again. Him again. Is that too much?
Here we go.
Have we gone too far?
He's back.
No, I love that.
So, I was just asking Neil, where... Oh, no.
Go. You there?
Sorry, that was me.
Third time a charm?
Third time's
a charm.
Fourth time's a charm. What is going on?
Fourth
It's
time
like
is
it's
a
like it's
charm.
booting her.
Yeah, it's like a weird server issue.
It could be the two
well-
computers connected to this.
Like,
I'll make one more wild assumption just off that.
Yeah.
I was going to say the character sheet. If we've got one more trait that I can
Nice, Gus.
put something in this hand, or
What's it saying up the top there?
It like we're literally everyone's getting booted out. Like even your one left. Okay, are you in?
Yes, I'm here.
we're
Cool.
all in here
We'll work
together.
out the permissions for this channel because something weird's going on. But I was just going to ask, because the name is so brilliant, where did Nearly Falik come from?
So the first part of the name Neil actually came because my outer drag name is Laura. I happen to be dating someone with the name Laura. Not confusing for us, for our friends. And I happen to have a massive love for Neil Patrick Harris.
nice.
And yeah, so we were out one night and I basically just got dubbed Neil for the night. And yeah, I knew when I got into drag that I wanted Neil to be part of it. And you just kind of want to go with the pun after that.
Yeah,
you go.
great.
I love it.
Clever.
So can I make one more suggestion?
Please.
Which I thought
I
of
feel
this.
like I haven't had. This has all been kind of like one.
This is all Freddy in a car.
So-
we need,
Actually, one request.
Yeah.
is
Please.
That is Neil always has a pompadour, like the big hair.
Oh, the
like,
big, like a,
Nice.
yeah, like a greaser.
yeah.
So
Yes,
Beautiful.
yes, Gus.
So, if you want to keep the car, we are totally fine to keep the car. But the other option we could do is that we have Neil on a little stage performing, and then wearing like tight leather pants or something, and you've got some emphasis where you go like a sign next to him, or like in sort of neon sign or something that just says "Press X."
too erect.
Yes, okay. Yes, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That is 100% what I want.
That's what you want. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
because then that's a meta
So
pocket
performing on a
joke.
stage.
So just like a classic...
Are we losing the car? Because I'm okay to do that.
Car-
Yeah,
car
yeah,
door.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
So performing on a stage, like it's a proper drag show,
Sure.
and then in like neon lights or some way of visualizing it.
I can't remember about the
it says,
penis.
Press X.
The penis stays.
But what pants would Neil be wearing? Gone again. Oh, back. Gone.
What is going on?
Very weird. Jumping in and out. That's so strange.
all right.
Anyway,
Can't
Yeah,
there we go. You're back. No.
Nope.
Compelling viewing, everybody.
This
yeah,
is what they're
so-
seeing. I'm okay with it.
yeah. But a little sign on the stage.
Yep.
That says press
X.
Press
to-
X. I just reckon press X.
Not press X2 ...
I want to do it as
Oh
like.
yeah, press X2 or press X4. It was
I
4.
want to do it as like
I
the
think.
neon.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
So maybe that'll work. Neil?
Bellend.
But everyone's very happy about it.
Very good.
Neil, if you're in the chat watching, and for some reason, sorry, the Discord seems to be freaking out and
it's
dumping
freaking out.
people out. And Pete's getting really stressed about it because I know Pete, and he's like, I can't fix this right now, and I want to. Look at him. Look how badly he wants to fix it. If you're in the chat right now, just let us know what pants Neil would be wearing, and we will make sure that Neil is in Neil-appropriate pants. Okay, cool. Are we good?
What if we all moved into on hold?
Yeah, we
Oh.
just move. Hang on, I gotta move.
God.
Drag Pierre in there because that's the only one that matters.
Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
yeah, cool. We might get flooded.
fixed
here.
it?
Don't
Oh, I
flood
can
us.
hear you.
That was
Steph
amazing,
fixed it.
Steph.
Awesome, Neil. We'll work out the permissions for that channel. How are you feeling about Press X?
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I
so
love
good.
it. I love the stage and the curtains
So
behind.
good. And
So cool.
And then what kind of pants would Neil be wearing?
Oh, very, very skinny.
Yep.
Can make them skinnier.
There'd be a bulge.
There'd
Yeah,
be a
good.
bulge.
Good.
I love that I'm like halfway
That's
to
what
the
we
legs.
wanted
Like
to
there'd be
hear.
a bulge. I'm like, sorry. I mean, I've never drawn a bulge, so let's go in tight on this.
You've never,
Like,
no way, you've never drawn a bulge.
I'm like,
Hey, that's a good bulge.
That's pretty good. Oh,
That
the
is-
pants are stretching over it.
great.
the tight pants as well.
That says
the
it.
back of the jacket
That's like
in.
3/4 of
says
unpeely
a
right
lot.
there. All right, well,
Feel like one of the-
Neil, Laura, thank you so much for your patronage. And
Also, I just wanted to say, so back when Pocketees used to be on, I used to go under the name I'm Ecstatic.
oh right, hello.
Hello.
And
So good.
and then the name change. I mean, if we're now going under Nearly Falik, can I just say a choice upgrade?
I believe so too. Yeah.
Well, you're an OG fan. Thank you so much for
Yeah, very
for
much
coming
so.
back on board for this one.
Well, I love you guys. You guys, I used to watch you guys religiously. We'll still do that, obviously.
And you
So-
can now. You can still watch us religiously now.
Still can.
Awesome.
And
Oh,
can you
thanks so
just
much.
can you just remind us where we can watch your show on Twitch?
Yep.
And if you've got an Instagram or Twitter or anything that you want to share with everyone.
Yep. So if you look up Nearly Falik on Instagram or on Facebook, I have pages. And the show on Sunday is drag_TV.
What time on Sunday?
So it's on at 2 p.m.
Cool.
Nice.
And can you just spell Nearly Phallic as well? Because it's not Neil disappeared. I will spell Nearly Phallic.
It's
Because...
Neil.
Oh, there we go.
E.
Sorry, could you spell Nearly Phallic for everyone as well?
Yep. So it's NEILEFALIK.
Yep. Beautiful.
I like that the lick is in there.
Yep.
That's
It's all
great.
about licking.
Yep.
All right, I'm very happy with this. Thank
looks
you
sick,
very
Gus.
much,
I love
and thank you for your patronage.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Cheers.
See ya. I can't wait to see this one on the show. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
exciting.
that's sick.
This is
All
exciting
right.
to me.
Guys, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
Oh yeah.
Drag,
oh,
drag
that was
us
the
out
last
just
one.
in case, but I've turned it off. Awesome. That
Cool.
was good, man. That was so cool.
Dude, they look really good. They look really, really good.
So we got just to go back. So we've
Look at
got
the swagger on him.
Neil with a bit of Queen. I forgot about that. LPA with their fresh zombie brain full of knowledge that everyone's after. And of course, James Buzzard. I feel bad like this was a rush job now. But James's, which...
Nah, he's
the
gonna look sick.
Pirate
like
B
a little
with
bit little bit of deck underneath his feet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pirate B with 3 boobs.
Yeah.
There we go.
You could probably put to save face with that first one. You could probably put a big wheel behind him, like steering wheel,
A naval-
that's
ship
nice.
wheel,
Ship
That's
wheel.
as
True,
opposed to
yeah.
the.
I'm with you.
As opposed to the school crest, which he.
Yeah.
All right, and to end, and to end the show, just to remind me, save, and save. They're
Yeah.
all saved.
Beautiful.
Done.
That's been Pock-art.
All right.
Woo!
Let me cut to.
Good job, Goose. That was amazing.
Wide. I'll kill Gus's mic.
So that
Scotty, come here.
that brings us to the end of the show. But we're good for time. I mean, I'm sure the people don't care about the time. I don't even necessarily care that much about the time. But thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out here. Now, obviously, we have the Patreon exclusive post show that will be happening after this. There will be, if you are in the Discord, Pete. In the Discord, the link to the Patreon show will go up there.
Will appear in post show in the Discord.
In the post show channel in the
under
Discord.
interaction station.
There you go. Interaction station post show, and there will be a link there to jump there. In the post show, it's going to be a ton more interaction with the chat there, and we're going to be answering all your questions, the questions that you guys have submitted on the Discord as well. Some more information about like what's going on with the company and with your patronage and all that sort of thing. So yeah.
But Nick, answer me this. I don't have access to the Discord. How do I get access?
God, so smooth. All you need
Segue.
to do is head to patreon.com/backpocket and become a patron of Back Pocket. Back Pocket exists because you guys wanted to bring it back. And if you wanted to bring it back, you better pay for it. No, I don't mean that.
I was like, he was gearing up to such a good catchprase. I'm like, this is going to be the catchphrase of the show going forward. And then it was like, no, instantly. Take back.
But Back Pocket is here because of all the incredible support that you guys give us over at patreon.com/backpocket and the incredible support that you give us right here on Twitch. twitch.tv/back_pocket.
And also, we mentioned that the ticker at the bottom, we've got everyone's names down there.
Yeah, that's cool. I've
So
been
that is
noticing
like
that's awesome.
step one of the reason we've been in a fluster is because
$5 tier and above.
Yeah, that's obviously in that tier, but we've got those logos are going to start finding their ways onto other shows that we're making as they get finished. And then obviously once the first big Patreon push happens at the start of next month, that's when we'll be able to start incorporating people's submissions for their sponsored by word, and any ads we'll get started on making some of the ads that'll go in an ad break. So as much as this format's already where it is at, it's going to start getting peppered with you guys throughout it even more than just call-ins as well. So
Including, we should play the teaser for
sure.
the backplay that we didn't.
Oh,
play
yeah,
back
that's
then.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
that's so great.
Do you want to do that now? Or?
Yeah, how about I
okay.
do that?
Because obviously, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, explain what it is.
Because on the first stream we had a donation or pledge goal of $3,000 that we smashed through straight away, and that one was a weekly gameplay video that you guys wanted to see. We smashed through that instantly, so we recorded the first one of those this week, and we thought it was very appropriate. This show is all about Australian gamers and the Australian gaming community, and we thought that we should play an Australian game set in Australia. So the first gameplay video is Necro Barista, and here is a taste. Seems a bit outlandish, doesn't it? That's the word. I guess it'd be disappointing if you found out that you just died quietly in your sleep or something. No, the opposite. I would be thrilled if it turns out that I die in my sleep. Being torn to shreds by some sort of, like, ghost wolf, that would be disappointing. Being stabbed by my own mother, very disappointing. Being murdered by a pocketeer at the $50 level, thanks to patreon.com/backpocket. You know what? I'll take it for your money. Gus feels bad because he was like... Don't bring it up now! He was like, Nick, if I don't subscribe, if I can't get access, how do I do it? And then forced me into telling a plug, and then there's a plug at the beginning.
Which I totally forgot I put in there. So it's like,
Guys, they
Double
know
plug.
about the Patreon.
Double plug.
do they?
But Necro Barista is the first gameplay video, which we're going up next week.
Pretty huge. I think that's like, it'll be around sort of 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, right.
By the looks of the edit.
We've gone big.
It's
Yeah.
classic Pocket, too.
It is, yeah. It was a ton of fun. And so we're going to find what the best rhythm and cadence for that is as well. And I will say, for the logos that we were doing, this isn't set in stone yet, but we were thinking, we haven't told you, we were thinking that a cool way to display them, instead of, so everyone's name is coming up on screen. If your name is wrong or something, just send us a message and we'll change it. Coming up on screen, but for the logos, we thought that they could be coming up on the TV. So they'll come up huge, big like that,
cool.
animate on and off, and just rotate through, or sorry.
They'll fade across.
Transition on.
Yeah, they'll do something. They'll do something
They'll
special.
move.
They'll have
But-
individual artistic...
Just on the point of the names, if they're wrong, what it is that's pulled directly from Patreon. So if you change your name in Patreon, it will change your name in the CSV
The ticker.
I'll pull that down probably every week before the show and rebuild it because it doesn't take too long to do that. So that's why we can see things like Michael BRB cycling.
And
I don't think
there's
that
an
is
image
a
submission.
surname.
There's also an image submission form for people to get images up that we're going to start cycling through, I think, in the overlay as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll start to distribute the links to make that stuff happen. I'm thinking about all the admin that is going to
Now you know how I feel when
back
Nick
into that.
suggests something and I'm like, yeah, and that's going to be a thing that we'll do.
So
We'll
you'll
make it happen
see
as soon as
for
we can.
everyone on that tier who can submit a picture of yourself or anything you want. That's obviously
Make your own logo.
We'll put a little space somewhere on screen where those will just pop up constantly throughout the night. So you'll be able to see yourself there as well. So
Probably
cool.
here.
Probably there.
With a nice little sponsored by, and you'll be
And
popping
it'll
up.
be here on this shot.
This is now
And Nick, if you
working
can
about Pete's
demonstrate, it
actually
is-
doing tech
This
testing.
is classic post-show content.
Yeah, true. We're not there yet.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We've had a fun night, I think.
It's been fun. Wasn't
It's
6
been
hours.
Awesome. I could be here all night, but then how would I take Ghost of Tsushima photos? Never happened.
You couldn't. So thank you everyone for hanging out. A total delight. We'll be back next Thursday for more of that. And if you are a patron, head to the Discord now because we will be putting the link in the chat right there that you can jump to watch the post show. We'll be back next Thursday for more. Check out that Necro Barista gameplay video up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Back Pocket channel. And
I think that'll be going early next week.
Early next week sometime. Yeah, we'll
fine.
figure that out.
That's the plan.
And until then, ladies and gentlemen, we're out.
See you back late again. We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
See you back
We'll work on the
again.
outro.